It's hella warm, but hella warm.
Hey, we start taking our shower at 6 in the morning.
You remember you're the one that
Nobody's
asked
up.
me to take the shower with you, right?
Nobody's awake.
The other
Nobody's done laundry.
Dude,
at 6 a.m., that water starts burning your skin off.
The other morning I took a shower.
Well, my that's gonna stop in a month. Once it starts getting cold.
The other morning I took a shower at like 7:30, and I turned on the hot water like I usually do, and I sat there for a minute and I let it warm up. I got in. I damn near jumped out because it was so hot. And then I didn't tell him that it was that hot. I was like, the water's warm if you want to take a shower after I'm done.
Like maliciously,
Well,
or
no,
you forgot to mention it?
Oh no, I said, it's hot. I said, but it's not hot. He got in and he goes, oh God, it's hot.
Please tell me you're alive.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's a great impersonation of Bash, by the way. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, crap. I did the one thing I always forget to do.
What's the one thing you always forget to do?
Add the link to all my We're Live posts.
Oh.
I have to go back and always edit my posts and be like, hey, here's the link, by the way. I'm
Yeah,
retarded.
that's why mine's always in a thread. I'm like, fuck, I should have tagged everybody. God damn it. Fuck.
At this point, when I advertise on like Facebook or Twitter or somebody, I don't tag anybody because the people who do watch the show know.
But if you tag them, their friends see it.
That's a good point.
That's why I tag.
If their friends see
Hence why I created
Also, using hashtags.
Yeah.
Everybody's using their waffle. Right?
They're waffle.
pound discount.
Yeah, you're using your pound discount gaming, right, guys? Come on. Fuck. Oh, so Malvo, I forgot what word it was, but he was all like, "Can you say that, but in an angry way?" And I was like, "Oh, that's a fun game. I like that."
Yeah. I like doing that with the bubbles.
Trying to say bubbles angry. Let's see. What do you got?
I'm like, I can't. I love bubbles.
You start giggling in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Such a man child. Oh, you sweet, lovable man child. Ash, say Bubbles angry.
Yeah.
Bubbles. See, no, even that sounded adorable. Yeah, this would be one of those like where your lips don't move when you talk. It's like, ready for goddamn bubbles, right?
But see, you still end up smiling. Like.
Yeah, no, I halfway through that. But the other person, maybe not. But yeah, if you're threatening them, it's not much of a threat.
That's just like and shit. It's like if you ever want to sound gangster, be like, yeah, I was playing my bubbles and shit.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I didn't hear anything you said until and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Bill Burr. Oh man, that was one thing I wanted to talk about actually. Did you see Bill Burr on Saturday Night Live this week? No. So he did. Well, he was the. I guess you know how they either have like a band or they have a comedian. So he was the comedian for this week, and
nice.
His monologue offended quite a few people.
Really?
Mostly white women, because he made a joke about how white women overreact and take everything way too personal, and how everything's a personal attack on them. You know, like Black Lives Matter. Like, he just kind of decided to say that. Man, I wish we could play the clip.
Yeah. No.
But he decided to like say that you know they've never been as oppressed as other people, and they're the ones that cause the biggest fuss. So he's about halfway canceled right now because, and when you watch the video, you hear the audience and stuff. Everybody's on board. Like he tells a couple soft jokes, or maybe one soft joke, like his opening jokes. You know, it's nothing like relating to like current events. But once he gets into that, you hear the laughs. Like, oh, is that okay to laugh at?
Nice.
Yeah, the whole studio is. and he's just up there and like, you know how you feed off of your audience's
Reaction.
Yeah. So he's there, and the way it sounds like he's bombing, you know, but he's making really good points. And so he stays up there and he's just talking. He keeps going on, and it's like, oh, that was kind of on the line, right? A little bit before the line. Ooh, that one's on the line. Oh man, that one's over the line. Oh shit, he doubled down. Fucking hey, Bill Burr, that's my boy. And so people were like, you took offense by what Bill Burr said? Have you ever heard any of his stuff before? Because that's what he does. That's his thing.
Yeah. I love him. He's such a great comedian.
He's awesome. But yeah, there's the laughs.
For those people that laugh and then instantly realize they should not have.
No, or they look over at their significant other like.
That's how you know they got a fucked up sense of humor.
You're right. Those are the people I go after.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of those things that can totally make or break a friendship. Hold on, let me play you this one joke real quick to see if we're gonna get along.
Right?
That's what I like to do when I meet people, like new people, is I'll say one of the most inappropriate jokes in my head, and if they get offended, I don't talk to them again.
I'll tell you after the show.
If I can't surround people,
because I can't tell that joke on.
If I can't surround people that have the same sense of humor that I have, then I'm not gonna hang out with you because you're just gonna be miserable, or you're gonna try to defend it, or you're gonna say something stupid.
Right.
And I'm never wrong.
And if we're in a group of, you know, my people, and you say something stupid,
my people.
Thank you. You're not helping your all's cause.
Yeah. Alright, so I pulled up a slight list, but how we were talking about the guest character from Mortal Kombat. So
I still think Spawn.
Oh, by the way, welcome to Discount Gaming.
Yeah, the same. So guest characters, mostly. Well, no, my camera's right here.
You're over there. No, our camera. It's just like pointed at the mic.
There.
You did a bash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still pointed at two cameras that weren't mine.
I was like, our camera's
there we go.
No. No. Those cameras are.
Oh, so that one's still.
Well, that one's all lit up.
Because it's plugged in.
Oh, well, why don't we use that one?
Because I don't want to change it.
Because it's going to have the same graphics as the one you have on connected to the laptop, or better.
Again, none of us are.
I'm not saying it's not a good camera.
Ready.
That's true. None of us are high def ready.
But yet, he's got the high def camera that can see all the pores on his face every 5 seconds.
Shit, I've got this thing turned down to 30 frames a 60. I did just my makeup today.
We need a makeup artist.
Right?
You're gonna walk in with a cardboard cutout with like the elastic band. It's all blue. Censored his face out for safety.
Like they did in South Park with Ahmed. What is his name? They did it in South Park.
I haven't watched South Park in forever.
There was a whole season where he's like, I guess they worship him in the Middle East, and the Middle East got super offended about
Allah?
Allah. There you go. I don't know that shit.
Really?
I'm not gonna say what was just about the top of my head. Anyway,
I'm glad
so
you didn't.
South Park, like,
Talk about it later.
Right?
South Park had Allah in there for like a whole season, and the Middle East got offended. So on the re-edited version, either the scene has his face cut out of it completely, like he's too tall for the camera, or they have a paper bag over his head.
Like the parents in fucking Peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
You never see his face. It's just too tall.
Yeah.
You never hear their voice. Wah, 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 wah.
But, yeah, so the new guest character from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Not a fan of.
Stick to the subject.
Who is it?
Well, let's go over some of the ones they've had so far. In
How
Mortal
many
Kombat
new
11,
people did they add to this one?
in this pack, there's 3.
They added 3 new people.
Yeah, three new characters to.
And this is DLC?
Yeah. So they've already added Alien,
Right.
Freddy Krueger.
Jason.
He's not in 11, is he?
Yeah, no.
But they've.
But they've done
he's been there
Jason. They've
before.
done Leatherface.
They've done
Right,
Spawn.
They've done Kratos.
Ooh, Spawn.
Kratos.
Yeah, Kratos
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
Oh,
they did.
yeah, that was a
they
good
did
one.
Spawn. They did RoboCop. They've done the Joker. They did
I like
the
the
Terminator, and it is Arnold. The new one is Rambo,
That's right. Sylvester Stallone's Rambo.
and it's actually voiced by him.
That's awesome.
I
But
don't
he
think
doesn't
so.
fit.
Exactly, like
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I'm landing on this.
because like in the trailer, it's him coming in with a big ass fucking chain gun, and it's like, yeah, that's exactly what he does. And it's like, how are you gonna put that in a fighting game?
Well,
He's gonna be that weeb character that sits in the back and just holds down the fire
Right,
button.
yeah. It's gonna be one of those guys. You just have to jump over that first volley of bullets, and then you're behind him, and it's good. But he's gonna have that one move where he's just.
Well, yeah, you're just gonna fucking spam.
But see, like, Mortal Kombat has always stuck to like superhuman type characters or of the some sort, and Rambo's just a normal, average human who we've literally watched a movie survive by the skin of his teeth and because of plot armor. So that's about it.
True, but I mean, they've also done Leatherface.
Yeah, there's
Leatherface is a regular dude.
Yeah, but face at least had that.
The chainsaw.
No, just like the whole history behind him too.
True.
You know, it's like a
and
scary
not to
guy.
mention he
Everybody
did get
knows
shot
him.
numerous times to keep trucking.
That's a
Like,
good point too. Right? Yeah, no, Rambo.
But,
That's
yeah,
an interesting choice.
Yeah, it's one of those that's like, how are they gonna make that work? Because like, I know he's gonna have the chain gun. I know he's gonna have his bow.
Is he gonna have the
He's probably
beret
gonna
from
have
the
knife.
Expendables?
What?
Is he gonna have the beret from the
They're
Expendables?
probably gonna add it. So
He's gonna tag in Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I know. I will buy that game just to burn it.
They don't care what you do with it after you buy it.
they made their money.
Yeah.
That's the discussion I get on when people are like, oh, I'm burning my Nikes in protest. And it's like, they don't care. They really don't care. You
Yeah.
literally already paid for it. Who cares?
Yeah, right. But then there is that whole argument that's been going on for I don't even know how long at this point. Just because you buy a game does not mean you actually own the game. It's like,
Well, it's the same reason we can't play music on here. We bought the album, but we don't own that music.
yeah, and it's like, then why did I buy it?
Right? So Best Buy owes me some fucking money. I'm just saying.
That's actually been a real big argument in the whole community. It's like, you don't have the license for this music. It's like, wait a minute, didn't I buy the music? That means I bought
See,
a license.
And I
It's like,
understand.
motherfucker, you don't have the license. How can you get mad at me?
I understand, what they're trying to do, like, obviously, but if we're not, like, blatantly ripping off somebody's song and saying it's our own original creation, but I don't think that should count. It's just in the background, everybody knows that song, everybody knows it's your
Yeah.
song, guy. Like,
Yeah, but it's like, even if we were to like play a video clip and be like, hey, we don't own this, we didn't do this, we still get flagged for it. It's like, we're openly saying, hey, this is not our shit.
right, yeah.
It's like the one that we got flagged on for using
God War. Oh,
no, America's Got Talent, right? Was that the one
Yeah.
we used? And I disputed it as fair use and it got okayed. But that's the thing.
Another thing is, too, if we're playing it off of YouTube and we're streaming on YouTube, there has to be another layer right there.
See, and that's
Doesn't
what,
that help us in
that's
some
what I'm
way?
saying. It's like, we're on YouTube, we're streaming to YouTube, like, we're trying to build our YouTube.
Well, it's like I
Help
explained.
us out!
It's like I explained yesterday. Was it yesterday? We watched the reaction videos to the music, how they paused it every few
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. You can't play the entire 10-minute clip
Yeah.
without you have to pause it like every 30 seconds.
It's the same way with one Two Bears One Cave. Like they have a monitor up behind them and one in front of them, and a lot of times they'll ask their producer, can you pull up this clip? But that part you can't hear anything that's happening on their monitor, and they don't show the one that's behind them. So they're there reacting to it, and that's all you see.
And that's just a way to get around the whole YouTube thing, because a lot of videos that react to music, like the guy that we were watching yesterday has never heard, he only listened to rap his entire life and never heard of Motorhead, Mushroomhead. He did a thing with Five Finger Death Punch.
What was the song last night?
He did a thing with Disturbed.
What, the song he was talking about?
Yeah, I think it was all like, you said it was Mushroom Man.
Yeah.
Oh no, Motorhead, right?
Yeah, okay, because
Too many heads.
Yeah, because I listened to Mushroom Head. I love listening to that band.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, one of their most popular songs is The Game. It's Triple H's theme song. And the whole time I'm like,
It was
I
Motorhead
don't think
that
I've
sings
ever
that
heard
song.
that song.
Yeah,
So I'm
I
sitting here and
don't-
I'm looking it up and I can't find it through their entire discography. So I looked it up on Google and it brought up Motorhead. I was like,
Yeah, and he does it like in that sneaky way. Hey, what was the name of that song? And by which band?
yeah.
It's
by Motorhead.
Mushroom Head. Oh,
Yeah, by
Mushroom-
Motorhead. I was like, we were watching Mushroom Head. Oh.
Too many heads.
Too many heads. Which is also a good segue into check out our new Discount Sports. Apparently, that's the title we're going with,
Yeah.
and we're all happy with it.
Yeah.
I gotta
Okay,
watch it.
what would you have named
I don't know.
You don't know. You just want to bitch about it.
I just missed the staff meeting where it happened.
There literally was no staff meeting.
It was-
Like minutes before.
So
we
it was
were-
a unilateral decision, you're saying?
No, it was one of those last minute things. Like, hey, what are we gonna call this? So I was like, I don't know, just got sports. He was like, okay.
we were watching the while he was editing it, he decided in that part. So welcome to Discount Sports. You see me? Yeah, that's where we landed.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's actually pretty good. It's amazing how fast the show goes when everybody stays on topic. It's weird.
He had to write out the whiteboard saying we'd have been talking for 1 hour. It did not feel like an
Yeah,
hour.
no kidding. It did fly by though.
Yeah, because like I was sitting here, I was like, I wonder if they're gonna run out of material at 30 minutes. I doubt it. So I'm
And we
sitting
didn't
here-
even cover. We didn't cover very much.
We didn't talk about. We need to talk about. I can't wait till the next episode because the Jets released Le'Veon Bell today. They cut him.
Again, see, this is what we were talking about on our episode yesterday. When we start talking about this on Tuesday or Thursday,
Everything disappears.
look, she's
Well-
already leaving the room.
No. What came to my mind when we were playing D&D was the books and the movies.
Excuse me. Huh?
Remember when we played D&D and we were talking about how some of the books were better than the movies?
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
And
Oh, he's here to start out with Twilight.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we wanted
Yes.
to touch on that subject
Yes.
Let's bring this up.
too. So, for those of you that don't know about
And again,
Twilight,
we love your interaction with us. So
Yeah.
hit us up if you have any responses to this. But as far as movies versus the book, which books were better than the movies? Because everybody
Okay,
always
no,
says
no,
the
no,
book
no,
was better than
you
the
can't say that.
movies.
Which movie was better than the book?
No.
Because the argument is always the book.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everybody always says the book was better. The book was better.
people like the books better because they have
I-
more detail in it compared to the
See,
movies.
I feel the majority of the people that say that never actually read the books. They just want to pretend that they did.
see, but the whole problem I had with that is, like I mentioned when we were talking about it when we were getting ready to record our D&D episode, is I've read all the Twilight books. I sat down, I
still
read
don't
all
think
of
that's
them.
something to brag about.
I'm not bragging about it.
Why?
Why did I read them all?
Yes.
Because I was doing a book report. And Twilight, it was either Twilight or The Last Vampire. Or not The Last Vampire, the what the hell was that series called with the Queen of the Damned series by Anne Rice? She has a whole trilogy based
Yeah.
off
Was
Queen
it
of the
just Queen of the Damned?
There's
no,
Queen of the
Queen of the
Damned,
Damned.
there's
Interview with the
name of the
Vampire.
series, though, wasn't it?
there's
Yeah, I think so.
Interview with the Vampire? Was
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, Interview with the Vampire is part of it. But they all go together. I'd already done a book report the year before on that series, and so I was like, all right,
Safe,
I've never read Twilight. I'll go ahead and read it. I haven't seen the movies yet.
So
I would have just done the report. The second time,
You.
not
I wasn't
had
allowed
to read
to.
any books.
She would,
Oh.
my English teacher wouldn't let me because she was also my English teacher from the year before, and she's like, you can't do that because you were in the advanced class last
See,
year. and I already
your
did
story
this."
should start out with they made me.
So you're telling me that Tori, or not Tori, because Tori has all these books, and I always gave her shit for them. Because they're all probably like 2 to 3 inches thick.
That's what I think I could
So,
just write shit for.
You sat down and you read all 4 books
In 2 weeks. Yep.
for one book report.
Yep.
Why?
I used to read them for fun, and I could finish them in a day.
Considering that I
Okay,
can read every.
Understandable. Not so much so.
Considering I can read every, you can give me the entire Harry Potter series and I'll finish it in a week.
That doesn't explain this. You're skating.
Don't skirt the question.
Like, I wasn't allowed to do the Interview with the Vampire series
You
because
explain that. But I'm saying, okay, if you're going to do a book report, it's normally on a book.
nope, she wanted it on the whole series. She wanted us to compare it, like, do an entire series of books. And it
Get him, John. Get him.
There are many other book series that are far better.
those were our two choices. We weren't given any other options. Trust me, if I had a way to pick out of any vampire series, I would have chose Christopher Pike's Last Vampire, or he calls it Thirst now. He renamed it to Thirst because that series is 8 books and it's fucking fantastic. That's probably my favorite vampire series to read. But I got stuck with Twilight, so I got sat down and I read them all. And then my ex-wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, when the first Twilight movie dropped, she wanted to go see it, so we went to see it. So then I started seeing every Twilight movie when it came out, and I enjoyed the movies better. They wanted
He's very feminine.
no, so if you
So
ever
you enjoyed the movie.
I enjoyed
I'm
the
glad
movies
somebody
better than the
addressed a
books.
12-foot skeleton in the closet.
I enjoyed the movies better than the books because if you go and read the books, there's a lot of lovey-dovey bullshit in the books that I
Yeah, we're
usually.
toughing it up and shit.
Right? And shit. See, there's the gangster look.
It's not like lovey-dovey and shit.
I so what I would do is I'd glance through the chapter and then like if it was all just like, what's the damn characters' names?
Oh, you
Edward
don't
and
know
Bella.
by memory
Yeah,
and
that one.
shit.
I knew Edward. I didn't know what the female was. I forgot what her name was. When it was just their scene together in the book, like being all lovey-dovey, I just like skip chapter. But in the movie, they didn't have as much of that. And the last book of the series, what is it called? New Moon? Is that what it's called?
Twilight,
Dawn.
New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking
Breaking
Dawn,
Dawn.
Breaking Dawn
Okay.
Part 1, Breaking Dawn Part 2.
I'm a
So,
friend.
in Breaking Dawn, at the beginning of the book, it's all about their honeymoon. So for the first 8 chapters, it's them having sex. That's the entire first 8 chapters of the book. How do you think 50 Shades of Grey started?
Some
person
girl was
decided-
really, really obsessed with the Twilight books, and then she wrote.
Yep. She wrote a
more
fantasy
of them
novel.
having sex.
Yeah. That's how the 50 Shades of Grey series started. It was because of those handful of chapters in Twilight series. And in the movie, you didn't have to deal with the whole thing. You got to see one sex scene, they shattered the bed, she got pregnant.
Yeah, I think I would rather watch that in a movie than read it.
That's what I said. The books have a lot more detail compared to the movies.
Yeah, and I wasn't all about that.
They lost me because I remember. I don't know it might have actually been Greg or one of my exes. But somebody was watching. I was like, "Why is he's a vampire? Why is he walking outside right now?" And they're like, "Oh, it's the area that they live in, so it's like real cloudy."
Well, the
That's
house.
why they-
No, see, that's not how that works.
Right?
Yeah,
'Cause,
see, that's not how that works.
The clouds like enhance UV, and that's supposed to kill vampires. But no, well, when they do get hit by the sun, they turn into like a diamond. They get real shiny.
Yeah, they sparkle.
So they shine bright like a diamond.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I'm always on, like that fucking movie with the shiny vampires. No.
Well, and it's like if you ever read the books by Christopher Pike,
And see, again, one of the things that Mr. Red loves, and I'm like, that's why I don't trust your judgment in movies.
Wait, Twilight?
Yeah, he's a huge fan.
I'm not.
I wonder how he feels that there's a new movie coming out.
Oh, he's probably waiting.
It's literally
I was unaware of this.
the new movie coming out is literally the same movie except from Edward's perspective.
No, it's not.
That's it.
The new movie is about how.
He had to read the books, right?
No. In Breaking Dawn Part 2, how Bella has her and Edward's daughter. At the end of the movie, Jacob imprints on Bella's daughter, and Bella throws a big hissy fit about it. The new movie is going to explain her growing up and Jacob falling in love with her because he imprinted on her daughter.
That sounds wrong in a few ways.
Right,
Basically,
very wrong.
So
basically,
she was a baby, and
she was a baby and
and
he
imprinting means.
imprinting
He's a
me.
werewolf. So
He's a werewolf, so
he imprinted.
he imprinted.
Sorry, I just want to make sure.
Basically, he has
That's
to-
what I thought it was.
Protect her for her whole life now. He imprinted on Bella, but Bella chose Edward.
Sparkly vampire.
And so
Hey,
let's reserve judgment until
Is
we
he-
watch the next
I
time.
was gonna say, is he gonna be sparkly in Batman too?
Well, technically,
What if they had a Batman that was like all pink and like glittered up?
what if Batman was really a vampire, but he was Edward Cullen?
Well, that's what we're getting.
Speaking of which, I'm actually really sad because that movie's been pushed back to 2022.
Yeah. We talked about this before. This whole year just went to.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to come out, but like early to mid of next year.
Right.
But
They
because
should be
of-
filming and
Yeah,
whatnot.
but because of something, well, no, because they started filming again.
Wait, how long ago was it that he had tested positive? It was only
I
like
didn't
a
know he
month or
tested
two. Yeah, that's why they shut down That's why they shut it down because I think it was him, right?
Ross
Was it?
Patterson? Yeah.
Yeah, it was him that tested positive, and they had to shut down the whole production.
Well,
Oh shit.
You know what is that? Amazing Creatures and Where to Find Them or whatever, the spin-off of Harry
Oh
Potter.
yeah.
The third one was
was like Fantastic Creatures.
Yeah, there you go.
That's actually a really cool.
No,
like,
I'm enjoying
yeah,
it.
because there's
I'm
two
enjoying
movies.
it.
Really
And the
cool.
third one was supposed to come out next year. And they postponed it to 2024, I believe.
God damn.
They haven't even started recording it now. I believe that's what it said, because they're supposed to be doing like the crime, like it's supposed to be like the history of Dumbledore coming in, and you're meeting Grimwald. Like they got Johnny Depp's character that got caught at the end of the last one. It's supposed to be the tale of him and then Dumbledore hunting him.
Did you ever watch The Big Bang Theory?
yep.
Yeah, I was watching it last night. It just happened to be on. Amy thought Sheldon, or I guess Amy was role playing.
Kick him. Kick him hard.
She came out wearing something from Harry Potter. I guess it was Hermione. Like she was
Yeah.
wearing a Hermione outfit. And then she goes in, she gives him his, and he's all like, what are their names? The good guys? Or Harry Potter's like class?
Or Gryffindors.
Yeah, Gryffindors. And what are the bad guys?
Slytherin.
Yeah, it might have been that. I don't know, but he was all like, oh, Gryffindors and Slytherin? Scandalous.
Nice.
I was like, nerdy. They're dirty and
The
they're
Big Bang
dirty.
Theory is just a good series and all.
I like it.
Like,
You don't like it though, huh? Right?
I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that series.
If you guys haven't sat down,
that said they didn't like it. I was like,
if you guys haven't sat down and
Yeah, it's
watched
like,
Young
it's
Sheldon,
Chuck Lorre. Like Chuck
Which
Lorre.
one?
Young
hated
Sheldon,
shows.
I haven't watched that one.
that it's fucking hilarious.
I've seen a couple episodes. It's pretty funny.
Nice. So I brought up a list of some of the new superhero movies coming out. Let's discuss.
Okay.
Oh, did you hear that they're doing CGI for the Black Panther for the next Marvel movie?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
they're CGIing Boseman's face onto the
Really?
Panther. Yeah.
How do I feel about
They're using his sister.
No, she's being written in to take over the mantle, but they have
I
to
thought she
actually pass the
was.
torch.
I thought she was already in the
movie.
first one.
She is.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he has to pass the mantle to her.
Well, that's how it goes in the comic book.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
passes
it's
the
because you
mantle.
said they had to write her into it.
No, they have
Well,
to write the
because-
story up to
yeah,
her,
because
him passing it
originally-
over.
Or they were gonna take longer to do that.
Well, no.
or-
Originally, they weren't. Like, he wasn't going to pass the mantle to her.
Oh.
Like it was just going to continue. But unfortunately, since he's passed, it is what it
They're
is.
CGIing his face onto the Panther, like, and gonna have someone voiceovering. Like, they're gonna take a bunch of his voice
I
clips.
don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, so the way that they're gonna do is they're gonna, like they did with Paul Walker in Fast and
Yeah.
the Furious,
Okay.
where they CGI'd him.
No. It
Wasn't Paul Walker his
no,
brother or
Yeah,
something?
it was his twin brother.
But
Yeah, they
but-
sound and look identical.
Yeah.
But they're using a character that's gonna look really close to what.
Yeah, but also they
Boseman,
don't have to
like-
pay CGI. They're
They're
gonna
gonna
give them
CG
millions of dollars.
Yeah, they're gonna CGI what they need to on his face, and they're taking all of his wording from like all the other movies, and they're gonna clip it together for him passing the mantle. And that's pretty much all they're gonna do is just pass the mantle, and he's gonna be done.
I don't
See,
like
that's gonna
that.
feel like
Rushed?
Yeah, it's gonna feel just
Okay.
awkwardly
Okay.
put together and
That's-
rushed.
that-
and if you're
That's
a
gonna be the
fan,
same feeling like the last Star Wars movie.
right?
Like when Leia dies, it's like, oh, she died. Moving on, and it's like, no, wait.
She's alive, but then she died, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah, and it's like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like the perfect
I-
opportunity they had to kill Leia off
Well, okay,
in the movie
but-
is when she crashed. When that one commander took over the ship and
But
crashed
they
it.
didn't know that.
They should have done that with Leia. Or you know, where she suddenly used the Force to survive the vacuum of space and getting sucked out the window.
She didn't suddenly use the Force. She's always had the Force.
He has an opinion.
I hear that.
Tell him.
No,
Tell him right.
but my
But
argument is
they,
this,
he didn't,
the
they
way
didn't know
did
she
it.
was gonna die when they made that movie, though. But,
Yeah, but
when
it's-
I
it's-
saw it, she had already died. And then when this scene's coming up, I was like, "Oh man, that's tragic. That's horrible. Like that's the way they're gonna write her out." And then she comes back to life. I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be awkward now because she
Okay.
they're gonna have to replace her." So
But
Yeah,
Here's the thing,
but
you're-
it's the way they did it. Like, okay, there was a whole vacuum in space thing, and she came back. Cool, fine. But in the last movie, when she suddenly passes, and they're just like, she's dead, moving on, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, like you can't just like it. She's an iconic character. She's been there since day one.
Yeah.
You can't just skip over like how important something. No.
and we've discussed this before for sure on this show, but that as good as The Last Jedi was, yeah, right, that's what I said.
Blue, that's gonna bother the shit out of me. You gonna take that sticker off? Or you just gonna let it sit there?
I know, I pulled it off a little bit
I was like,
earlier,
it's-
and I was like, no, my sticker.
And it's just hanging right in front of his face. I'm like, how does that not piss
Well,
him off?
right?
That's pissing me
It's
off.
over here. It's out of my proof. But where the fuck was I?
But here's the thing, like real quick, let me throw this in here. You are a multi-trillion-dollar movie company. You know one of your actors has cancer. You don't know when they're gonna pass from said cancer.
But
See,
that's the
but
thing.
they were saying
I
Boseman
don't-
hid it from a lot of people
Yeah.
too. Like a
But
lot
who's
of people
to say
even
that-
worked with it.
Yeah,
now.
who's to say that they knew? Because even like close relatives of his had no idea.
Does,
And he's an idiot, and I'm sorry to say that because he passed, but he should have said something sooner.
I don't know. I didn't think he was an idiot for that. I just thought he was kind of brave, just taking it on by
he was-
himself and
yeah.
still.
Yeah, I'm not saying
entertaining
he
people.
wasn't brave, but you're an actor in a AAA film. Like, they need to
Okay.
have a cover for
Okay.
you if you
True.
pass away.
True, I see your argument there, but you have to keep in mind. Quiet, baby Seamus. You have to keep in mind that originally it was just supposed to be one Black Panther movie. They
Yeah.
didn't expect for it to do as well as it did. So, and even he had even since he had signed a multi-contract or a multi-film deal.
But see, when he signed that, he should have been like, okay, so we need to make sure we shoot a scene in case I die before.
But they don't have to do that for every single actor
Yeah.
in every movie.
Yeah, but that's
But-
And,
Safe
and
and
then the
sorry.
Fast and the Furious, like with the Fast
Yeah.
and the Furious, that was supposed to be a
That-
one-shot thing.
Yeah, but that was 100% unexpected. He died in a freaking car accident. He didn't
yeah,
have a
but,
disease.
but
that,
whenever he signed the contract, it like there was no Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
It was just multi-scene. So like the Avengers,
Yeah.
Civil War, the actual like it was just him in other movies. It was never specific. So
and now they've got another Black Panther in the works, and now they're gonna have to CGI and fucking cut
see,
audio.
I'm not a fan.
See, I mean, and also like the superimposing his face thing, that's unnecessary considering he wears a mask.
Yeah, but there's a lot of parts
They
in those
could
movies
do.
where he's without his
What
mask.
I mean, they could do like kind of that behind his head shot. Other
Yeah.
times wearing the mask, but I guess I don't know.
But eventually it's going to come up where
Yeah.
you have to see his
Yeah.
face.
Because when he passes the mantle, they're gonna have to do something where he's face to face.
You could
Yeah.
always-
Well, no, because when somebody undertakes the Black Panther trial, they have to go into like a dreamscape, and if they're confronted by the Black Panther, not the person, the animal, then it's up to the creature to actually pass the mantle or kill them in the astral plane. So it's one of the there's a ton of ways that they can do it.
Yeah.
So
It seems a little callous.
it does, and I mean, granted, if any company out there could do it, it would be Disney. But I'm still not a fan. Like
I mean, they
Not a
did
fan.
manage to do really well with Leia passing. So.
Well, we were just saying like.
Well,
not
yeah, I
so
know
much.
that she suddenly died and then just moved on, but they had to do parts in there that she hadn't recorded yet.
No, she had recorded all of that.
Oh, had she?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought she hadn't recorded
No,
it yet.
she had recorded. when she passed on, they were halfway done with recording the last one.
Yeah, they just kind of.
So they kind of just like
there was a
executed
few
her and
scenes
like,
that
moving on.
there was a few scenes that she was supposed to be in after, but
Yeah.
they just didn't include them.
So
And even in that one, they do the kind of the blurry pictures of her when they do need to show her after the scenes that she had already recorded. They do that like blurry camera behind her
Yeah.
thing. So you
so
don't- you
yeah,
don't
so
really
it's like you know
fully
it's
see
her, but you can't see her. Like,
He wants voice.
but yeah. So
He's like, Dad, you're wrong in so many ways. All right, I'm gonna start with Twilight. I don't know what reading is, but that sounds horrible. Why is the vampire shiny? Why?
Alright, so the first one that's on this list is The Eternals. February 12th of 2021.
Who's that?
It's a Marvel movie. I don't know a lot about The Eternals.
Never.
So,
Well, I wasn't into Marvel either. But
yeah. The next one is Morbius, which I'm very excited about.
Morpheus?
Morbius. Not Morpheus. He's not going out there fighting crime with blue and red pills.
Well, you know, good.
I will say though, I am kind of terrified on how they're gonna do this movie for Morbius.
Why is that?
Because the lead
Well,
character.
who is Morpheus?
Okay, so Morbius is basically like the Marvel's version of Dracula. Just way more badass.
Cool.
Yeah. Very, very cool character.
Well, is he an anti-hero? Or is
Yeah. He's out there doing what he wants because he wants to for reasons that he
You don't need
may
to
or
know.
may not have to say.
Right,
So-
yeah.
But what concerns me about that one is that the main character is being played by Jared Leto.
Did they not give up on him being in
Okay, Jared Leto still to this day will defend that position that he's the one true Joker.
and he can die just
And-
like a
and
Joker
so will
would.
Mr. Red.
Dump him in a vat of acid and see if he
Again.
survives like the Joker. That's what I thought.
Well, no, because
Unfortunately, I like his
I
music
like Jared
too.
Leto.
I like his
He's
music
a
too
good
much.
actor and stuff. And what he tried to do with, I've explained this on the show probably. Like what he was going for was the animated version from like Batman Beyond, I believe. That was the version of the Joker he wanted to play.
Okay, but even in Batman Beyond, that's not how the Joker was.
Right? Yeah. Like I saw what you were going for, but overshot it.
It,
Like
No,
it
it's
went
like-
it went
it's like-
campy.
it's like the Joker. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. It's like the Joker you wanted. The Joker you played.
Her dad.
Like, ugh.
Yeah, no, that
Okay,
was
and
not
I-
definitely not the best Joker ever.
No, it was not.
You can see that with full comment.
If we're talking about live action Joker, then mine's always been Heath Ledger. Like, I don't
Jack
think.
Nicholson.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's not go down this
you
rabbit
and I
hole,
had
guys.
this
Let's
discussion.
stay on topic.
You and I had
Because
this
fucking
discussion.
hey, we will get into this because
Did we all agree though? Didn't we all agree that Mark Hamill was probably
the
best
yeah.
animated?
okay. So let's do that. Let's do it like best laugh,
Oh, fucking.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Thank you, sir. Are you sure you couldn't find best laugh in my music? So best laugh, yeah, right, definitely Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Acting, Jack, it's Jack. You know, that's
I say Jack because he brought a whole new.
He brought a
side
whole new thing to it.
Yes,
but to
and
me,
he was the
anyone
first
who
one to
decides I'm gonna play the Joker,
He
by
was not the
walking-
first one to do it.
the first one to take the Joker up to that level.
Oh, up to
Because
that
before
level.
that, Caesar Romero, you know,
Yeah.
a great Joker as
Yeah.
well. But like Jack, you know, took it to
Went above and beyond.
Right,
Now, what I will say is Heath Ledger gave us the best modern Joker.
yes, they're neck and neck. Like for sure, but
yeah.
I want to say that I can't fall on either side. Like I think it's way too hard of a decision to be like, oh yeah, no, it's definitely Jack, or no, it's definitely Heath, because you can make cases for both of them.
Oh, easily. Yeah, no, easily. But I like Jack's better because he brought just like his vision of the Joker was like, I'm gonna make fun of everything, but if you cross me, I am going to make an example out of you. Where Heath was more just
That's all went off
uncontrollable
his chain.
yeah, like uncontrollable chaos everywhere, no matter where he went. So I mean, they're both just beyond phenomenal in their own right.
And yeah, no, I loved Heath Ledger's Joker. That was really good. But I mean, nobody's even bringing up Joaquin.
I was about to say Joaquin.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix was amazing. But you of all people are bringing up Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, well, that's Lego Batman. That should be your bit.
I loved that one.
But yeah, no, dude, awesome.
Zach
That's definitely the second best animated Joker.
Oh yeah.
I can't find any animated that I like better than Hamill. And then he does a whole interview about what it was like to do the animated Joker, and he's like, he's like, after being Luke from Star Wars, I thought I was stuck there, and now I'm known as the Joker.
Yeah. Well, he did.
No, that man is amazing.
Yeah, he did the animated movies, he did the shows, he did the video games, he's done commercials, he's done voiceovers, and all for the Joker.
Yeah.
Like,
He was also the trickster in Flash for some reason.
I mean,
Well, Flash is. Alright, I was like,
Yeah.
why is he the trickster and Joker? But no, that was my own.
yeah. Long story, I'm not gonna get into it.
Yeah.
But Morbius.
Oh yeah.
it's okay. If you ever watch Dragon Ball, you'll realize Piccolo and Vegeta are the same voice actor.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not talking about the same voice actor. Like, it was actually Mark Hamill in the Flash series as the trickster.
Interesting.
And the trickster was nowhere near as badass as the Joker.
Yeah,
so
no.
Kind of disappointed.
He was also the ball knocker in Jane Silent Bob Strike Back.
So I
All
need to
that
say,
the name of your porn,
did
right?
any of you guys ever watch
I
Gotham?
was it Paul's now.
No. I wanted to, but no.
Which one?
Gotham?
Oh yeah,
Did you ever see the clip of the kid that was starting to go psychopathic and they were going to portray him as the Joker?
Cameron Monaghan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mind you,
I thought he would have been a fantastic
No,
Joker.
he came back for like the fourth season because at the spoiler alerts, but
Oh yeah, I told me that.
yeah, right. But when you watch the second season or something, whenever he first makes his appearance, he ends up dying. Like they kill him off.
Oh really?
And then you find out that Doctor, what the fuck is his name? The one that, God damn it, like Doctor. It's not Doctor Strange. It's something similar sounding. But he's getting all these supervillains that have like been killed, and he's bringing them back to life. So he brings him back to life, and he gets his face kind of like face-off style, and he staples it on. That's why his smile's that way.
Interesting. So he was kind of going like when Joker actually went nutso.
Yeah.
And cut his face off and shit.
Yeah, because in the first episode that he appears in, they're investigating the murder of some like a woman that was in the circus, and it was his mom, and he was the one that killed it.
You know, one thing I was thinking of.
But he great laugh, and he totally fits the part. And have you ever watched Shameless? No. Did you ever watch Shameless?
You literally asked me this at least a couple of times.
I had no
you need
choice.
to jump into it.
I had no choice but to watch it because I hung out with Chris every single day, and all he would do before bed
At
is
least
turn
he
it
didn't
on.
make you watch Twilight.
Ariel made him watch
did you ever watch
Twilight.
Shameless? You did? And you know him like from that role, right? The way that he portrays that, like with his condition and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
In Shameless, he steps up like a couple notches, but it's still you're like, man, that guy is something about that guy. He's kind of just a
It always
crazy
makes
kind
you
of guy.
question about what he was up to or what he was going to do.
Interesting.
Like there was never a part in the TV series that, like, you never question to yourself,
Oh yeah.
what is he up to? Like, what is he going to do? Like, even in the TV show or in real life, like it because he played it so well. That was the difference. Is he played the role so well in the TV show that people actually thought that that's how he was offset too.
Yeah. So when he made that jump to the Joker, it was like totally fitting for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody thought like Joaquin. A lot of people, like, he played the Joker so well fact that even after the
Yeah.
movie, people
Yeah.
actually thought that did he really go down this road
Yeah.
because of the backstory? Like everybody questioned themselves about him, and that's why they wanted him to do a second movie and a third movie.
Which
I was a
he's-
little concerned because, like they said, that was one of the things. Yeah, that was one of the reasons that Heath Ledger took his life. Like, yeah, that playing that
He
role.
went insane playing the
Yeah.
role because
Yeah,
he
but
locked himself
everybody
in
says
a
like
room
some
for
true.
10
Like
days.
the people that were closest to him, I'll say that's not true. But well, when I first heard it, I was like, that kind of makes sense because even Jack Nicholson had told him like, don't fall too much into that role, don't get into that head as much as you know.
Yeah.
And he did. He
As
spent
much as you
10
would want
days in a
to be a
pitch
good
black
actor.
room.
And when Joaquin did this one, when I saw the way he did it, I was like, oh my god, please don't tell me this dude's gonna kill himself too, because he really fell into that role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, and Jared Leto did the same thing. Like, it got to the point where, like, he was doing, like, fucked up things to the cast members, and sending them fucked up gifts.
I was watching something on YouTube, and it was the strange rules that Margot Robbie had to endure to play Harley Quinn. And Jared Leto's whole thing was he was gonna method actor and he was gonna do improv. So the lines in the movie, like those are all his, and all of her reactions are the way that she had to react to it at that moment. Like she didn't know what he was gonna say.
See, I'm not a fan. Like,
No, I'm like,
Like-
that would be hella annoying, but good on her because you don't even notice it.
yeah,
But that's,
but
like,
still, it's
come on,
like there are some actors or
That's what he
actresses
was for.
that are great at improv. Like, they can get in that character. They know exactly what to say and when to say it. I don't see him doing that.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. I'm like, I don't think you're that big of an actor to be demanding all, blue
Well-
M&Ms in your
well,
dressing room at all times.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but here's my thing is, and I was concerned about him playing that role anyways, just like I am about Morbius.
The
Now,
first
now
time I
the-
saw the picture of the next Joker, and there was that picture of him like that
Oh, I
with
hated
all the
it.
tattoos, I was like,
I
oh
hated it.
god, why did you do this to my
Yeah.
favorite character?
I fucking hated it. But, and again, like, from what I've seen of the trailers and stuff, I'm excited for him playing Morbius. At the same time, I am kind of scared because all of his big
Oh,
movie roles, he's played a drug addict.
Okay.
And that, like, he doesn't really have, like, anything outside of that spectrum.
I can't really name more than
Lord of War,
yeah, and
Requiem
I'm like
for-
Lord of War, and
Requiem for a Dream,
yeah, I can't name more than those three.
because that's pretty much it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Actually,
Yes,
Wow.
the world is at our fingertips.
I don't know. I never
Oh,
really
Requiem for a Dream,
enjoyed
great movie.
Jared Leto in movies.
oh, that was
like,
such an amazing.
don't get me wrong, 30 Seconds to Mars has been one of my top bands for years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
dude, him and his brother fucking killed that shit.
and then
For the
all
longest time,
all
I
the
didn't
scenes
know
they
that
shoot,
full time. I didn't know he had a band.
and all the scenes they shoot, like from yesterday when they went to China and they did the samurai
And
thing,
somebody's
and
pooping.
he shot it
Oh
all.
man, yeah, I know.
And I was like, see,
Because
that's
I-
great.
Because
but,
I was at the concert right after that, and that's what we experienced. Was the Verizon Wireless Amphitheater in San Antonio. It was the entire army, everybody in armor coming over the hill, and it was fucking amazing.
I know he was in something when he was younger. Something before Lord
His
of
whole
War.
top of his outfit is so.
What the fuck?
It's
You was
like,
in Fight Club?
yeah, he was Angel Face.
Oh, that's
He's the
right.
guy Edward Norton beats the shit out of.
That's right. Okay, let's.
I think we did this on this fucking last episode where we talked about the Jokers too. I swear we've gone down this list before. Because there was nothing else.
Oh, okay. I'm not okay with that.
What?
So apparently, it's rumored, it is not confirmed, that he's going to be in Tron 3 as Ares. Not a fan so far.
I never watched the original.
I love the Tron movies.
When did that come out? Like 70s?
Tron 3, it hasn't come out yet.
No. I'm talking about the original Tron.
It was the
86, I think.
Yeah, and then I watched
Late 80s,
the,
mid 90s.
The last, well, I guess the last time they rebooted it, that was pretty cool. I found it
Oh, 82.
interesting.
July 9th, 1982.
Man,
and then Tron
I
Legacy,
wasn't even a twinkle in my dad's eye yet.
and then Tron Legacy came out in 2010.
That's the reboot, right?
Yeah,
Where he goes and he finds his dad and he's trapped
Yeah.
in that world.
and I
still.
love it.
That was a
I
good movie.
fucking love it.
Yeah, that was the first I had ever seen that because I never saw the original and I saw that and I was like, this movie is. And I can imagine back in the 80s, that was probably way ahead
Well,
of its fucking time.
what's really cool is if you watch the original and then you watch Legacy, there's a lot of references and there's a lot of stuff like in Tron Legacy when his son breaks into the building and he's like, "That's a big door."
Have fun.
No.
No,
Okay.
I've only seen Legacy maybe like twice. I remember liking
Well,
it, but
there's a part in the original one where his dad, goes to open the same door and he stops and he was like, "Wow,
I got that one right.
that's a big door."
I got roll for it.
Right? Roll for initiative.
Yeah, roll for initiative.
Um,
It's the only fair way. We all know this.
So let's see. Let's go.
I have my-
That's just like I'm the DM. I got this.
Right?
I get to roll 4 d20s, you get to roll 1. And I get to add my plus 10 initiative bonus to all of them.
Fuck that.
She rolled a
So-
1. Alright, just whatever.
So apparently he's been acting since 94, which is interesting.
When was he born? Because I want to say he's around our age, or maybe like 40.
Let me see. He was born December 26th, 1971.
Oh crap, he's a lot older than I thought.
Yeah.
What, Leto?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's like,
7 years older than I am.
no,
Yeah, I was born in 83.
you know, that's
Wait,
yeah, bad math.
Wait.
There we go.
He was
Hold on, let him
71.
math.
12 years older than you?
Yeah.
Hashtag let him math.
I said it, I was like, my brain was like, no.
No, it was like my brother is 7 years older than me, and he was born in '77, so plus another 6 years.
Whatever.
Yeah, 13. Hey, he doesn't. He looks pretty young still.
Yeah. Him and his brother.
I don't
Because-
know whose brother is.
In the band, they have 30 Seconds to Mars. His brother is the drummer.
Oh, okay.
So, let's take a gander. So, music video.
Do you have a goose? Because if we're gonna take a gander, he's gonna want a goose.
Stupid. So, he was in Suicide Squad in 2016.
Right.
Liked it anyway.
Oh, I forgot that he was in the music video as the Joker in the Skrillex and Rick
Oh,
Ross
that's
video.
an awesome song though, but I don't understand why. I'm like, you can never see Jack Nicholson doing.
No.
Yeah. Let me jump on that track.
Yeah, right. He was in Blade Runner 2049.
Never saw it.
Yeah. Good movie, but I don't remember him, which means I'm gonna have to rewatch that. More music videos.
We still have to start our Halloween movies too.
Yeah.
Oh, I had an interesting like proposal. What genre of movies would you prefer? Like action, something like
As far as
history, like just say movies that you like the best. Which kind of movies do you like the best?
Probably science fiction action movies, if anything.
Okay. So we did like a tournament bracket style, like similar to March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll get like 16, like of the best sci-fi movies, and then break them down. and
Oh, I'd
figure
be
out
down.
Which one's the
I would
best
totally
one?
be down.
Uh,
But it'd be
Because
interesting.
Adriana brought that up the other day. She was all like, "Who's the best rapper?" And I was like, "Bro, that's a loaded question, though, girl. Because there's two sides on this, and you're either
Yeah,
the
but
East
that-
Coast or
like-
the West
like, are we
Coast, like,
talking
and even that."
Lyrical? Are we talking speed? Are we talking
Right,
party?
and that's
Are
what
we
I'm saying.
talking-
So if you do it with a tournament format like that, it's like, okay, well, obviously, what fucking, well, like what's a real good sci-fi? Oh, like Terminator, right? That'd be sci-fi action. Like that's better than fucking Sharknado. You know, so that moves on, and then it's like, okay, now
Okay,
these 8 are harder to
But would
fight against each
would
other.
Sharknado be considered sci-fi?
I have no idea. I just
You
I just threw it in there.
I was like,
I've never seen it. I just
okay,
always
so,
thought the
okay,
game was hilarious.
so yeah, and it's funny because like later, I think there's like 8 of them, and it's like later in the movies,
I'm
even
sure there was however many of them there are, too many.
yeah, But it's like even they're making fun of themselves in the movies. But
It was kind of a nice moment when you realize the movie's making fun of the
of how
previous
bad that
part.
movie actually is. Yeah,
And you're like, I appreciate that. Thank you
Yeah.
for throwing that in.
right.
Final Destination did that well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I fucking hate Final Destination.
Why? Because it scares you?
I still can't get behind a fucking truck with
Thank
like
you.
holes or something.
Samesies.
And then like
Every time I see that shit, I'm like,
okay, so here's my honest question. I think we've had this discussion though. If someone comes running off an airplane as you're waiting in line to get on that plane, since we're all gonna die, are you gonna get on that plane?
I think we should just drive to Paris.
Honestly,
I'm sorry.
Is that not
if
a
I'm
thing?
sitting on a plane and someone stands up and screams, "We're all gonna die. We need to get off this plane." My ass is walking right off that fucking plane. I've seen Final Destination. I know enough to believe. Does that mean I'm gonna die a few days later? Probably, but
I thought the scariest thing about Final Destination was just that's how death works, isn't it? It's just always totally random, chaotic events, and bam, you're dead. You woke up, had your coffee, driving to school,
yep,
fucking logs fall off a goddamn truck, and you're dead.
yep.
and that's also why I don't like water bottles in my car. Because she could have stopped had that water bottle not got stuck under her brake pedal.
That's Maddie's biggest fear.
And I've tested the theory. I have literally put a water bottle under my brake pedal that
That's
has a
Mr.
lid
Black's
on it.
biggest fear.
And when you go to press the brake pedal down, it will not let it connect with the spring on the back.
newer cars have that gap now.
Yeah, they have that specific gap to prevent that.
Yeah.
But
See, I'm a big enough guy. If I'm gonna hit that pedal, I'm
No,
gonna
it doesn't
hit
go
that
any
pedal.
further. Like if you're maxing, like if you mash it down as hard as you can, it stops here, but the floorboard's over here.
Mhm.
So you never.
I'm also
get to
I'm
that.
also like aware enough to know like, hey, there's something at my feet.
Well, okay, what if you realize like the water bottle just rolled forward and you're like, oh shit, there's a water bottle down there, and then something happens right in front of you.
Like
Yeah.
I never reach down there when I'm driving.
Exactly.
Like, kick it out of the way.
No,
You have 2 feet.
But I'm saying, if something happens right at that moment, you not only have to kick it out of the way and then brake.
yeah, but
Swerve.
so like on older vehicles.
So
like,
when it
if you
happened to
look-
Manny, he was driving to Utah and it was snowing and he was in the bike driving over the mountains. And he was like, I was going around a curve,
E-brake.
went to hit the brake. Yeah, that's what he ended up doing. He was like, went to hit the brake and just heard.
like a water bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on older cars, it was the back of the brake pedal had like a small piece on there, and it would hit a button on the floorboard, and that's what activated the brake booster and everything to start reacting. And if that water bottle's there, it's not getting a direct contact into the fucking button.
Well, we strayed way off topic.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Movies.
Jared Leto?
So
This, that, how about was it?
Not bad.
Not bad. All right.
so another superhero
Stop
movie coming
spoiling
out.
that.
Well, no, earlier, dude, I was making him do running. So I lay him down on the bed, and I do this, and like I stopped and pushed up, and all I hear is boom, and his diaper just goes. I was like, I looked at her. I was like, "Did you hear that?" She goes, "I heard him go, and then I did it again, and it just another boom, and she looked at him, and she's like, "Oh," and she's like, "You hit that one." I got it.
And they're like, hey, what the hell was that?
right?
Is everybody alright?
Ah, boom.
But
It wasn't even like a fart noise. It was just like an explosion. Like you heard it go poof.
for my friend
Who
Philip.
was it? Yeah, I was like, who was it that we were talking about? Oh, shit.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh, that's good.
I thought it was so funny
That's a great
earlier.
callback.
Yeah, right.
Earlier when he was taking a nap and me and little man were up watching TV. It was right before he woke up and I had just got done feeding him. And I laid him down on the bed and I was letting him run and everything, and out of nowhere he just screeches really loud and then he farts and then he laughs and then he looks at me and I was like, oh hell no.
Just like your father.
Yeah.
Running.
And
And
it's
they
so
fart and they look at her, right?
and
Right? That's
no,
what they
it's
do?
so funny because like after he gets done shitting and like after he'll fart, he'll look at you, and he'll laugh.
I see you.
And I'm like,
Got another one?
you're like John.
John will be sitting there talking to you and just start farting, and then he'll just be like, "Yeah, so how you doing?"
Yeah, like I never skip a beat.
They shot me in the first half. I did not know it was gonna go that way.
like there was one time. Like,
He's like John.
yeah, right. I was like,
John's
Well,
"What the fuck?"
you know when John farts because out of nowhere he's like,
yeah, I start giggling. But no, like there was one time me and Bash were in here. We were talking about something, and I'm sitting there talking and just like that. And I just never skip a beat. He was like, "Did you just was?" I was like, "Yeah,
Well, try not to breathe.
right." Yeah.
No, I think the fun thing was like when Mike was in here, we had everything rearranged the other way when the TV was up here, and I'd be sitting right here, and I'd fart, and then he would just sit there and he'd
Didn't
be
we
like,
talk about this on the
he'd be
show
like,
too?
he's like, Bash. I was like, that wasn't me. Or every time I'd walk by them in the living room, hashtag drive by.
Oh man, I was in tears one day because he did that. Because where the gray couch is, he walked by and just lifted that just like that and just cracked one off. He was like hashtag drive by, and I was walking
Literally
into
makes that squeak noise.
no, it
Oh,
was
that would be
bad.
bad.
It was bad, and I was in tears. I was laughing so hard, and Mike like in one.
Not only from the joke, but from the fumes. I was
Well, you know,
in tears.
you know, a little column A, a little column B.
Lack of, what is it? Lack of oxygen?
Yeah. And in one fell movement, like he goes off the couch and all the way to the other side of the room, and he's still gagging it. Oh my god, it was great.
I loved it when The Office was on the other
Now
side,
you
because that's what I
run
used to
into that room to get fresh air, though.
it's just gonna linger.
Yeah. Or no, oh, what was it? One time, because it's when The Office was in what's now my room,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Hey, can you help me with this?" Because he was playing something. I was like, "Yeah." So I grabbed the controller, and I think he was sitting in this chair, and he turns to where his head is right there. Never knew it. And I was just like that. And, yeah.
I can taste it.
And I kind of started to giggle, and I hear him gagging, and I was
Oh
like,
my god.
I was like, what? He was like, that far. I was that far away from your asshole. I was like, you turned your chair.
I don't know.
They
The,
can take your kids away in some
the
states for
best.
that.
I think the best one I've seen was when everything was like the TV was over here and the couch was there. Him and
In which
Ray
room?
in this room.
Oh,
Yeah, when the setup was over here.
and our desk was sitting
about which room, which TVs, which
I don't-
setup, and how.
Circa this time to this time.
Right.
It was right when we had just moved like the office into this room and everything was set up. Ray and Mike were playing video games, and John and Bash was at work at the time, and John had walked out of the room. I was playing my video games, and out of nowhere, Ray gets up and she farts. Mike was so
I see her
into
room
the
right now, like.
Right?
Mike was so into the
I'll
game.
I'll give this a thumbs down.
Right?
He didn't notice
It's
it.
2 dislikes.
He didn't notice it until she walked away, and then out of nowhere, he looks at me and he goes, "Did you just pass gas?" I was like, no. He goes, "Oh, I'm gonna kill her," and like I was like, "Why?" He goes, "Cause she just farted right in my face. Her ass is like this far away," and I was
What's worse is like,
Well, like, poor Mike. How does that? That's never happened to me once, thankfully.
yeah.
But to have it twice, like, in
Mad
the
props
same
for the
period
knock.
of time.
Mad props for the knock.
Jesus.
But no, like especially with Rayman, she's got ninja farts. It's like you'll be sitting in the same room with her, and she'll like go to adjust some, and you don't think about it. It's like, okay, you know, everybody does it. You get uncomfortable, you adjust, and then I'll be watching whatever it is, and I'll be like, Ray, what?
I don't smell anything.
Yeah,
Goddamn liar.
right. It's like, if you were a man, I'd punch you in the face right now.
dude.
All
like-
your nose hairs are burnt off. I knew it was you.
When I come in here in the mornings when he's sleeping, and I bring little man in here just to watch TV while he takes a nap, and she comes in here, She does it out of nowhere. And sometimes they're loud, sometimes they're quiet, sometimes I can't even hear them. But oh my goodness, like, I think she farts more than a dude. Like, she's like my grandmother. Sometimes when she's walking into the like, I swear, one day she went to go make food and she was walking into the kitchen and I shit you not, she was farting every step she took.
like propelling herself forward.
Right?
But,
Okay,
oh my
calm
god.
the fuck down, Steamboat Charlie.
I think the funniest one is when we were taking them to Kerrville and I farted in the car with the windows up.
Oh my god. And on top
And
of that,
you couldn't even hear it, and all of a sudden Mike is dead asleep, he snaps away, he's like,
and on top of that, it didn't help it because right after he farted, one of the kittens took a shit in the kennel, and so he was sitting, like, the kennel was right in between him and Ray, and so the air just lingered on his side.
I think
Everybody's
thankfully,
getting closer to the cat shit.
right. It's like thankfully
Smells
I was
better
not-
down here.
Thankfully, I was not involved in the shenanigans. But there was a guy that I used to ride to school with because he had his own car, so he'd pick me and like 2 or 3 other guys up. And one of them was being just an asshole on the way to school. So he was like, all right. And he had an old car, like a really old car. And like I was in the passenger seat. When I got out, he leaned over. I thought he was closing the door or whatever. But he was unscrewing.
Your face, his ass.
No, he was unscrewing the fucking the knob for the lock.
No, an asshole. That's a dick move. I used to do
yeah.
that on my Mustang.
And fucking apparently he cracked one off and he cranked up the heater and locked the doors and the windows.
That's awesome.
I was like, I would have shot you. I would have fucking shot you.
I've heard where my brother used to be a cop, there was a few like cops that would mace people, like, and they would get the OC, like, and they'd have to use the OC on the suspect and stuff, and then they would leave them in the car, you know, like a little bit extra, you know, like 5, 10, 30 minutes extra
That
with the
sucks.
heater on full blast.
Oh, that sucks.
Like, you guys are assholes. Not anybody we know though,
Yeah.
for legal reasons. Yes. He's right there. He's on the cusp.
But going back to movies.
So Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Well, we were comparing Jared Leto's Joker to a fart. It stuck.
I mean, that's probably not where it was, but that
Pretty
works.
accurate.
Good job,
Pretty
yeah.
accurate.
I'll give you that one.
Let's see. June 25th, 2021, the new Venom movie, Let There Be Carnage.
Yep, it's gonna be. And it has
Who's
Tom,
gonna be?
It has Tom
Harrelson.
Holland in it.
Who
Woody Harrelson.
is gonna be Carnage?
And Todd Holland's in it too.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited.
I like Woody. I don't know.
I bet you
I can't
like
really
Woody.
picture him as like as an action star.
I've heard word
Oh.
that after this Spider-Man, they're killing
Wait,
off Tom Holland.
Well,
No,
aren't-
because they've already confirmed Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, which
And
is gonna have Tobey
everybody-
Maguire, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, everybody that's ever played Spider-Man is already signed in.
You've never seen Natural Born Killers?
Yeah, I love Natural Born Killers. But no, dude, that's also Woody Harrelson. What, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, Zombieland, you know,
Yeah,
is
that-
pretty big
okay,
action,
longer.
but I'm
Okay,
seeing like
to-
Carnage.
Yeah, to
like,
clarify, a superhero action.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I love the guy, but that's gonna be interesting. I'm
I've-
sure he could pull it off.
I've seen some of the the on-set recordings for it, and it looks fucking awesome. And he's killing it from what I've seen. I mean, you don't know the context of the scene, but so far I'm
But there will be
fucking
Carnage.
Oh yes. The reboot for the Suicide Squad.
The reboot?
They're rebooting.
I thought
already.
it was just Suicide Squad 2.
No, there's the one,
And
and then they did Harley Quinn, and now they're
Yeah.
rebooting Suicide Squad.
I thought the next one was supposed to be Suicide Squad 2.
No,
No, they
Well,
decided
it was
to
supposed to,
recast.
but they scrapped it because of how bad it did.
They didn't replace Margot Robbie though, right?
It's a whole new cast.
No way.
Yeah,
How much Margot
I think
Robbie?
the only one they're not replacing is Harley Quinn.
Well, that's Margot Robbie.
Sure. But they're replacing everybody else.
I don't have anything.
I don't
Who
think
was
Will-
everybody else?
I don't think Will Smith was a bad Deadshot.
Yeah, I like
Deadshot,
Deadshot.
right?
He was
That's
cool.
who he was,
Yeah.
right?
You know, he wasn't bad,
Like everybody else, like.
but like,
Yeah, I don't have.
I mean, for one, Captain Boomerang. Come on, they just no.
Okay, but Captain Boomerang is a joke within himself. Like,
Yeah,
even in the
but like
comics,
Killer Croc, I thought they shit all over Killer Croc. He's one of my favorite DC villains, and they did not do him any justice in that movie.
Yeah. And especially because, I mean, he's
They
not
did
supposed to
better
be
with
only
him in
like
this,
6 feet tall, right?
Spider-Man.
He's supposed to be like pretty massive,
Yeah,
right?
I think Killer Croc stands at like almost 8 feet.
They did better with him in what was it? What movie was it that he was actually in a movie, wasn't he? Was he in a live action movie?
Hashtag let him hang.
I don't think so.
No, I don't remember
I know.
anything else.
I know that he was in the newer games.
I don't remember.
I saw that on YouTube the other day. It was like all of Arkham. I was like, what is this? And it was like every cutscene from the video game.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't
Nice.
end up watching it. It was an hour long.
I was just saying, if you ever want to play those, I have all 3 of them.
Oh, yeah. I played the
they're
first two. Those
so
are awesome.
good. They're so good. Arkham Knight, perfect. Rocksteady, perfect. Series of games or trilogy, I guess.
Yeah, Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yep, totally.
I think I'm ready for the scary movies coming out,
Yeah,
like the new Conjuring.
yeah.
Oh, so
The new
we're
Chucky.
bringing this up while you're over there. About like trying to do something like, well, he came up with a sci-fi action, but like pick like a genre of movies, and then we'll take like the top, or I guess like the most popular 16 of them, and then break them down into like brackets to like a tournament until we figure out which one's the best one.
I'd be down. Even if we just did 8.
Yeah, I mean we could do that. Just because we'll never
Bless
watch
you.
16 movies together.
Bless you.
Well, that's like 32 hours
Bless
of time.
you.
None of
Yeah.
us can commit to that time.
The new Batman, which I'm pretty excited for. Like, I'm still kind of on the fence, but from a little bit.
And you're only on the fence, why?
Because of
The
the
sparkly
actor.
vampire
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally the only reason
Yeah,
I'm on the fence.
but to be fair, and I've said this on the show before,
I-
whenever they first casted
Can't judge a book by its cover.
fucking what's his name as Wolverine,
Shiny cover.
I was super on the fence then too. But he
You didn't like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine?
I didn't like the idea of it when they first announced
okay
it.
now, and again, like we've gone over this on the show, but there used to be a magazine printed every month called Wizards.
Okay, wait, hold on. Though. What was Hugh Jackman big for before X-Men?
I didn't know.
Yeah,
That's
see,
the
well,
thing.
that might be a good point.
See,
but
that's
I was
the
also,
thing.
like, what, 17 when the first X-Men,
Something like that, yeah.
X-Men came out?
But it's like, so in Wizards, I don't know what that is, but in Wizards, they ran the article saying, you know, this is the new X-Men movie, these are the cast members, blah, blah, blah. And I saw that, and I was like, like, he doesn't look any, because the picture they used was him, like, really clean cut and groomed and stuff like that. I was like, there's no way.
It's
There's,
supposed to have ridiculous...
yeah, like, there's no fucking way. And then, you know, here we are a couple years later, and he's been, like, he is the face of live action
Yeah,
Wolverine.
yeah. It's like trying to replace Deadpool soon. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think anybody's going to do better than
No,
Ryan Reynolds.
there's no way.
We've had that discussion, like, Ryan Reynolds, like, when we all saw him acting, like, when he did, what, the Green Lantern movie?
I don't, hey, even he's ashamed of it. Don't
Yeah.
feel bad.
I mean, the only reason he liked the movie is because that's where he met his wife.
Yeah,
That's how he
But-
met his wife.
but
was
it's
that
At
movie.
that time,
but it's funny that nice. But it's funny that that movie was so bad that even other like TV shows and series like
They
and
make fun of it.
and what is it? Teen Titans Go to the Movies. They crack jokes about the movie, like what is it? Cyborg, like who are you supposed to be? He's like I'm Green Lantern, but there was a movie about that once, but we don't talk about that.
And then
And, like, it
Deadpool
just-
cracks jokes about it all the
Yeah.
time, too.
You're not gonna give me like a shitty CG suit, right? Because I've heard that it goes really bad.
Okay, so along that same line, what role do you think was worse for Ben Affleck? Daredevil?
Batman.
Yes.
I didn't mind
Right?
it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm
Because
sorry.
that's the
I
right
guess
answer.
it's the nostalgia.
Which one? Yeah, better? Which one was better?
No. No.
I
That's
guess
a
it's
tough
the
one.
nostalgia for me because I actually like that was the first time I'd ever heard Evanescence "Bring Me to Life" song was that movie.
It was such a bad movie.
Yeah, the movie itself was really bad. Elektra was
No.
decent.
No, she was not.
It was better than Daredevil.
the movie Electra.
It might just because Jennifer Garner is super hot, but
Wow.
no, we're not let them.
Oh,
Don't. Have you seen the cover of that? There's a reason they put her in a tight leather outfit. Like, this is the only reason you're gonna watch
I don't
the
even
damn
think it was
movie
a
after
leather
they.
outfit.
Hey, John, separate the sheet for just a second. Okay, hold on. It's going. Give it a second.
Oh, you're an asshole.
No, if you
Oh,
look,
I was like, did you fart?
no, if you look on camera, like for a second, like all the fog from all of us vaping is sitting right in front of the camera.
Oh,
So
nice.
it like wipes us out for a second and then
Nice.
comes back. Because we don't have the AC pointing
I
anywhere.
promise I'm not fanning a fart.
Mhm.
Oh, speaking of scary movies and scary shit, there's a lady I follow
And shit.
there's a lady I follow on Facebook. She makes Halloween costumes. She made a pyramid head
Oh,
Halloween costume, and let me tell you,
Dude,
it is the most terrifying
bro.
outfit.
Silent Hill?
Silent Hill.
Yeah, right.
No
That's
joke.
Silent Hill.
No bullshit.
You've said this before.
Yeah,
You
no
wanted that-
bullshit. It's funny you bring that up because a couple nights ago, whenever I went to bed, I was like, you know what? I should totally do pyramid head for Halloween.
Yeah.
But the way that this lady made the costume, it's, I don't know what the dress is made out of, but it's supposed to be a tight fit.
Hey, you're gonna wear a dress?
You didn't catch me on the right time.
Well, I mean, if he's supposed to be going to the wedding,
that the
he's
right
supposed to be
time?
wearing a dress.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that pans out.
We definitely need to record some of that. And
Oh,
take
totally.
pictures.
Totally.
We can go to the bridal shop up here and try on dresses for him.
And that'll be the second time John kicks
And then we'll
Bash
take,
in the nut.
Why me?
we'll take the video camera and we'll.
Because me and Ashley are in the background like, and action.
Right?
It was not my idea to put his ass in a dress.
That was
But,
badass? No, not badass.
No, not this ass.
That is not America's
No,
ass.
it is not. This isn't even El Paso's ass.
But no, the outfit that she made, like,
That's not even Marmok's ass.
the lady she uses had, like, in the picture that tried on the costume, had to have at least been a model. Because the lady that's in the picture, she, without the heels, I would say she was about 6'5".
Wow.
She had really, like, she had the model look. She had the really long legs, but the
It was under here.
body style of it. But the heels and, like, the dress itself, it slit all the way up to her waist.
I was about
like
to
the
say, I was
side
like,
of
is
it.
this a
Badass.
sexy pyramid thing somehow?
I don't know, but the outfit itself, it'll come across one of y'all's Facebooks later.
Oh, I'm sure.
But
not
it,
mine.
Always does.
it
I'll send it to you.
but it's just, it's terrifying, but it's amazing of how she got the finest detail of this outfit
Yeah.
to
That's
look
badass.
like the Pyramid Head from Silent Hill.
That's fucking badass.
And I was like, oh, I want that. Not the outfit itself, just the head mantle piece. Like the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That
that was
piece
the
is-
coolest part of that.
Yeah. Well, that and the sword.
Yeah.
The fact that the sword is so big, he has to drag it behind him, but he can still like lift it with one hand, dude. Fuck, that is terrifying.
Quick note. Have you checked how many views the intro for D&D has, by the way?
No.
82.
82.
82.
Look at us doing well.
Right?
Thank you guys. We appreciate that a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. Thank
We
you.
really do.
And we're trying to put out like different content
Yeah.
on the channel. As you'll notice, there's a bunch of pictures of Bash.
We'll have to stream something. That
It's
I
been up.
play.
It's been up for 6 days and 7 hours, and the last 24 hours it's had 18 views. The average view duration.
The new commercial that I
Yeah.
made?
No, the D&D introduction.
Oh, nice.
That's
It's got
episode 0.
82. Yeah, episode 0 has 82 views already.
That's what's up.
Nice. And when are we dropping one? That's
Tomorrow.
tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I'm pretty sure you've already got it ready to go, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So
they're all
before I
ready
go to
go.
bed, I can just pop it up and set the time
Yeah.
for it to
Start
start.
from there.
I was all eagerly awaiting the release today. I was checking my. What the fuck? Little text
See,
John.
that's good,
Are
though.
you awake?
Yeah.
It's uploading now. I'm like,
We have.
I need to know what happened in sports this weekend.
Oh, the best thing happened Sunday morning. So y'all were asleep and I was in here. Blue was awake. I go in the kitchen because I was hungry and I make myself some cereal. all I hear, he scares the living shit out of me because all I hear is in his room is, yes, get him,
Oh, yeah.
like he's just screaming, and I was like, holy fucking, I was
Yeah.
like, are you okay? He goes, football, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
god.
Okay.
It's
So
Sunday.
so the thing before that was because I was awake. I woke up
No, that was
stupid early.
Yeah, because I saw her before I saw you.
Okay. Well, because I
And
was
that's why I came over here. Because I was like, is he finally up? I think I heard you come out of the room.
because I was up at 7. I didn't want to be.
But you didn't come out.
Oh yeah. Because the kids got picked up at 8.
Well, you were asleep on the
So,
couch for a long time.
That was in the afternoon.
Mm.
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
came
he
in the
slept.
office. You came in the office and like you went over to their door and was like, "Is
Oh,
Bash
wait,
awake?"
the game started at 11.
Well, because I was still awake, and you were like, "Is Bash awake?" I was like, "No,
Yeah.
he's still crashed out." He was like, "Damn it! I need somebody to watch football with, or get a dog, so I'm not just talking to myself."
Man, 'cause if there's a dog in the room, it's totally acceptable.
Yeah.
But if you're by yourself, you're like, just like a fucking crazy person.
You're in the right house. But
Yeah,
A lot
I
of
mean,
times
whatever
I'll
it
lay
takes
there-
to help my team win, I will yell at my TV all day.
It's like we had that discussion on the discount sports last night. It's that jersey I was wearing from the Super Bowl where the Steelers lost to the Packers by 1 point because of a fumble, and I punched a hole in the TV that I had. Literally punched a hole, and
Yeah,
it
I always
wasn't
look for
it
like
wasn't
the
a flat
cheapest thing
screen.
in the room before I swing.
No, it wasn't a flat screen either. It was one of those big tube TVs
oh damn.
that I had in my room. I was sitting there watching it, and I saw him start running. Nobody behind him, not a single person around him. He was going to go all the way. He trips, and the ball just rolls out of his hand.
Oh wow.
What I love, so that's a horrible ending. But what I find no, because that's a mistake. But like what I always think is fucking hilarious is when those dudes get on that breakaway, and then they're like taunting the dudes with the ball behind them, and then they let it go at the one.
Yeah.
They thought they were in the end zone, and
Yeah,
it's
no.
like you're an asshole.
He was at like the
You thought you just scored a touchdown, now the other team has the ball, dickhead.
he was at like the 12, and like he went to like dive forward, and he tripped over his foot, and he had the ball out, and he hit the ground. The ball hit at the one and rolled and bounced and went behind him right into the Green Bay defender's hands
Wow.
with 30 seconds left and no timeouts. And I'm just like,
Dude, imagine watching your quarterback, like pull a sneak, it's right there at the one, and he goes down, and he fumbles out the back of the end zone. Now imagine that happening twice in the same season.
and
Love you, Carr. Love you.
fucking next thing we know, we have a comment from Derek Carr on there.
Yeah,
Fuck
right.
you.
You're awesome, and totally you took a lot of heat for that. But come on, man, you had a lot of heat coming for that. The first time, everybody was like, "Ah, fucking A!" Like, of course, that's our luck. We're Raiders fans, right? That shit happens to us. Second time, we're like, "God damn it, Carr, get your shit together.
It's like it doesn't
Get a
happen to us
bag.
twice.
Get all your shit and just get it together. Take it down to the shit store."
Here's one that we can talk about. Black Adam.
So Jared Leto.
The Rock is Black Adam.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Which I'm actually pretty excited for. Like,
Yeah.
have you seen like
Hey,
the mock-ups?
at least they don't have to CGI a muscle suit on him.
Yeah, I know. Like, have you seen him in costume?
Yeah.
He looks fucking terrifying.
Is he like super sweaty like he's in the Fast and the Furious?
No.
though?
No. No, he doesn't like bathe in oil right before he goes on camera.
What? Did you not find
him
the
and
baby
Vin
oil?
I don't know. They were both very, very sweaty in those last couple of movies.
Yeah, it was weird. And
You know
I
that
couldn't do
you know
it.
that scene in Fast and the Furious was improv, right? The
Honestly-
the original line for that scene is, "Oh, here comes everyone hide your baby oil," and then
Oh,
that was
the one with Tyrese.
yeah, that was an actual line.
talks
And
about
then
his forehead.
what the Rock spouted off right after that was complete improv.
Yeah,
and they
he's
decided to
Ludacris
leave
like,
it. That was actual reactions at the table for that
Nice.
scene.
but had that big ass forehead.
yeah, some shit like that. Yeah, like there's not enough for that big ass forehead.
Yeah. and
There's a lot of I love those moments in movies.
Yeah.
You're like, that
Like-
dude totally broke character but stayed in character.
Mhm.
And it
that
just-
dude broke character for
Yeah.
real because that guy did not see that coming.
There's a lot of scenes like that, and then they just end up leaving them because the director thinks
Yeah.
it's hilarious. The cast like had legitimate reactions. It wasn't acting to the scene.
Like all them laughing and shit. That was their
Like
actual.
spitting out beer, like that
Yeah.
actually happened on the scene. Like he spit the beer everywhere.
Here we go. New Thor movie, Love and
Yeah.
Thunder.
Knew that
Is
was coming.
is somebody taking over for Thor yet?
Okay.
Wasn't it supposed to be Natalie Portman?
It.
Like she's supposed to be the one that wields the
I've heard both. I've heard both. I don't know what's supposed to happen. I've read some that Chris is supposed to maintain the mantle of Thor. I've heard some that Natalie Portman's character is supposed Jane is supposed to take over the mantle. Like, I have no fucking idea. Not a fan of the
Why would
title.
he quit in the first
but
place?
What's the name? What's the title?
Love and Thunder.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds like a Tom Cruise movie.
Right? A new Doctor Strange movie, which I'm actually pretty excited for.
Doctor Strange is cool.
Black Panther 2, we've already talked about that.
Man, the new
The
Guardians of
Flash.
the Galaxy.
Shush it.
Yeah, The Flash. I'm not a huge Flash fan, so
See,
that was just kind of.
I've always felt like the same way about Flash. I'm like, he fucking runs fast. But after I saw Flashpoint Paradox, changed my perspective on him, and I like.
No,
it's
like-
cool, but I still don't get him as a character.
Yeah, no, like he's got like legitimate badass, to him, but I'm just not a Flash fan because the base of his power is.
I like
he
the TV
runs
show
fast.
though. I did watch the TV show.
Never did.
It was
The
good.
TV show was great.
Yeah.
And if DC could take the actors they got from the TV series and put them into the movie,
Yeah,
their movies would
what's
be
his name?
okay.
Gus.
See,
something?
okay, I've seen like what 2 or 3 episodes of Arrow, or not Arrow,
Yeah.
Arrow,
Or,
and that's completely
is it
ludicrous.
Green Arrow?
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just saying the only reason my son got the name Oliver was from the Green Arrow. Just
But,
saying.
yeah, either way.
That's
Like-
how I got Oliver's name.
Like, I don't know if it's the writing or the acting, but it's like just something about it is super cheesy to me.
I couldn't get into Green Arrow. And
Shit,
I tried Supergirl, but I think my ex was watching it. So I watched a few of those, and they were good. They were okay.
I
But
watched
Flash
it.
was like the best one of all the ones they did on.
the only one that I really got into was Smallville.
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 I love
Now,
when
watched
they.
it all.
fucking
I love when
awesome.
they did the paradox and they
Yeah.
went back to Smallville.
Yeah, that show was fucking dope because it's Superman growing up before he like. I loved everything about
I
that.
didn't like the ending.
Yeah, the
He
ending.
gave up all his powers to live a normal life. He maintained. I think the only thing he retained out of all of it is when he gave up all his powers, he still kept his body still had the natural reflexes, and his muscles still attained the strength. Like not so like Superman strength, but he still has superhuman
Yeah.
strength.
Okay, so at the end of Smallville, he doesn't become Superman?
No,
What the
He
fuck?
gives up
Yeah.
all his powers to live a normal life.
but they also did 2 endings to that. One is when he gave up everything, and then they went back and rewrote it to where he actually became Superman. The one where he became Superman, I liked. It made a lot more sense. It followed the story, and that led up to, I think, Man of Steel. So it put all the pieces together. It was really, really good because even in Man of Steel, like they refer back to Smallville, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about Superman, I wonder if they're gonna make a second movie of Brightburn
Oh, I hope so.
for
Oh, I
the evil
hope so.
Superman. Oh,
Yeah, it's Brightburn was not even like sanctioned by DC, was it?
Nope, because it was put under Vertigo,
Yeah.
which is their black label.
Oh, well, it's
And
Black
it's,
Horse.
and it's
no.
literally what happened
Wrong.
if Kal-El landed and was raised to be evil.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, and it's such a fucking awesome movie.
I mean, that's always kind of been Lex Luthor's point against Superman.
Yeah.
Like at any moment, he can just decide he's gonna be bad and take over the entire planet.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Let's
the
kill
little
him now.
kid, that they had playing Superman and Brightburn, aced it.
Oh, totally.
Like he,
Totally.
like
I'm
not
not
only
sure.
did he take it to the next
Really?
level,
Oh.
but like
Let's do that.
I mean,
Yeah.
that kid.
yeah, because it's
Was-
a
That kid
sci-fi horror
fucking
movie.
killed it.
It's
Yeah.
technically considered a sci-fi horror.
Yeah, see, because I was gonna suggest the superheroes thing, but then I'm like, we're gonna end up watching a bunch of fucking Avengers.
Well, you gotta think there's.
Ash would love that, considering that when I get bored enough, I'll turn on Disney Plus, and I'll just start at the first movie.
No, because
Marvel, and just watch through
if we
each
end up
one.
doing superheroes,
Would you only do like the first Avengers?
well, we figure out how many movies there are, and just do like what we're supposed to do with the video game ones, and just randomly roll them.
Oh, okay. I was like, 'cause that's gonna be difficult. Like,
Then
if
we'll
we're
get-
gonna choose Batman then.
There's a specific
Who's your
one.
Batman?
Yeah.
We'll get to the superhero one after we finish the video game one, apparently.
Well, we still have to do a Halloween one. Don't forget that.
God.
Well, no, originally it was a video game one.
Hey,
That
we're
was
damn
first.
near a year away from making this joke complete.
Yeah.
After the year mark, I'll stop making this joke.
No, you won't.
No, yeah, because we decided to do that. The
No.
first night we dropped all of our stuff off.
Yeah.
I was on the podcast.
Yeah.
We decided we're gonna do this,
Yeah.
and then when we came back, we rolled all the movies, and they're like, "All right, we're gonna get started this week."
Yeah.
This
but
week.
then
This
you got
week.
busy, and then he got busy, and then I got
No,
busy,
I
and
don't
we could
think,
never just
I
sit
don't think
down.
any of us were ever really busy. I think
Yeah.
we just kind of were like,
No,
do you want to
Well,
play video
he was
games or
still
watch
working
TV?
No.
at Papa John's.
Yeah, because there was
You
that, and then there was that
were-
time when you were working open to close every fucking day.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, like right after we moved here, you were doing OCs. So
Yeah, that's kind of epic again because now they're gonna cut us down to 2 people.
Yay.
And then I found out I was pregnant, and then I was terrified to tell Blue.
Yeah.
And I was trying to
It's
avoid
the
it.
only time I've ever touched you. I hugged her for the very first time, and I was like, "This is awkward for me too." But I was happy at the moment when you told me.
yeah, that was her biggest fear about telling you.
Where
It's
would you
like
go now?
he's gonna kick this out. I was like, nah, I don't think so.
We have a Deadpool 3 coming.
Yeah, that I knew.
Oh, who's the villain?
They haven't said yet.
I don't know,
We
they're
have
gonna surprise us like
another reboot of
No, we don't
Fantastic
do it.
Four.
They have rumors that in DP3 it's gonna have Tom Holland in it. It's supposed to be a collab with
Oh,
Spider-Man.
that'd be great.
That would be cool.
Well,
I
that's
wonder
how it's
what the
I
supposed
love
to
that
work.
about the relationship.
That's how it's supposed to
Some
work.
fucking odd reason Deadpool is Spider-Man's biggest
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, like when he, even in like previous movies, if he collabs with somebody, he always has fucked up jokes to say.
Yeah, no,
Like-
Ryan Reynolds, that's just him. Like, that.
Like we were talking about with
you
Hugh
do
Jackman's
not have picked
commercials.
a better
Oh
person.
man, those are so
I
fucking
love the
great.
commercials that Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds do for their companies. Like he's got Aviation Gin for Ryan Reynolds, and Hugh Jackman's got that
coffee.
the Blackwood coffee
Yeah.
or whatever. And they have voiceover for each one.
No, there was
Whose
a
desk
part.
did you have to bend over to get that room?
there
I
was-
say it rhymes with Wolverine.
He's got a nice pair of smooth.
Yeah, the smooth down under.
Yeah. But no, like there's one commercial where they do each other's commercials. So Ryan Reynolds does the coffee one, and Hugh Jackman is supposed to do the gin. And what is it? The one for the coffee, like he goes out of his way, like he does the flyovers and the voiceovers and all this stuff. And Hugh Jackman's like, it's supposed to be the best gin on the market. But you know how you're supposed to drink this? He takes the cap off and he just sets it on the side, and he just sits there. As it's like spilling into the carpet. What else can I say?
He looks at he watched. So Ryan Reynolds shows his first, and it's like all nice and like perfect, or like advertising and like talking good shit.
Did it big?
And then Hugh Jackman is watching the commercial, and you just watch his face, and he goes,
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
And
he's
you
looking
know
at
Ryan Reynolds is like,
Yeah.
that's
damn it. That's good, that's good.
and that's the thing, because that was their real reaction. Like they didn't hadn't seen each other's commercials yet,
Yeah.
so they're sitting there getting it live, and Hugh Jackman's face is like,
Oh no.
Yeah, okay, so
he's
any,
like, so
any
let me
character
tell
from
you, I
Marvel?
thought we were doing this in a different direction as the commercial starts playing, and Ryan Reynolds just sitting there going.
So, any Marvel character actor, like any actor that's been in a Marvel movie, who would be your, like, I want to hang out with that dude, just, like, go get some dinner. And,
That's a good question.
Groot.
So you
I'm all like Vin Diesel?
Yeah,
She's like, what, he's hot.
not really.
So why Vin Diesel, though?
Why? I enjoyed his character in Fast and the Furious. Because he's straightforward. He's upfront. He'll tell you how it
Time
is.
is straight.
I thought his brother was the gay one.
I don't know.
What are you talking about? Who's bringing that up? Scott.
But I mean,
I think the only reason I'd want to hang out with Vin Diesel is because he plays D&D.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd have to get him on the show and be like, all right, we're doing your character. Let's go.
Yeah.
You're in this.
He's like, no. you doing my character?
Like,
Oh, fuck, hey.
It's like,
Over.
you have your character sheet with you, Diesel? Yes. Alright, so I'm gonna put you against the entire party. Let's have fun with this.
oh god.
He comes out as some fucking fairy. That's
Dude,
just a tank
dude,
for some odd
right?
reason.
Dude, if you rolled all crits, like, or not crits, all nat ones, and he just gets wrecked, oh, I'd love it. I would fucking love that.
Or what's that dude's name that has his own character written in the monster
Oh
book now?
shit.
I was about to say that dude's name, but I can't think of it.
Fuck.
What else is he in?
But I was gonna say,
He
what?
plays in One Tree Hill.
No idea.
That's where I met him from. That's where I learned who he was
So, like, you
from.
met him?
No, that's where I learned who.
What else have you been hiding from
I
me?
don't know. When did you live in One Tree Hill? Where's that? Like,
You mean
Connecticut?
Tree Hill?
But I was gonna say, what would
The
you
town's name
do?
is Tree Hill.
What would you
Why is
do
it called
if
One
you
Tree?
ran into
Because
one
it's
of
just
them
about
two,
the city.
like out in public?
Lose my shit.
It's Joe something.
What are we talking
Joe S. I don't remember how to say his last name, but it's Joe.
Yeah, hold on. Because his last name's really, really off.
I wanted to bring this up earlier while we were talking about the ending too.
Bring his character on here.
Uh,
Like, all right, guys.
I
have a
kind of
special
liked where
treat
they
for
were
you."
gonna go with that Jared Leto thing. I mean, not Jared Leto, the Joseph Gordon-Levitt thing. Like where Robin,
Being Nightwing.
like you know how Batman dies
Yeah.
at the end of the last one. I kind of wanted to see where they went with that story arc.
Where he became the new Batman.
Man.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah,
That
and
would
I
be
like
really
Joseph.
interesting.
I think he's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I met him
Yeah.
in 10 Things I Hate About You.
His
Which
name
was a
is
good
Joe
movie.
Manganiello.
Yeah, Joe M. But
Yeah.
like, imagine him coming on. I'm like, all right. He sits down. I was like, you got character with the gauntlet? Yeah, cool. Okay.
No,
you
no,
guys are fighting him.
No, that character's retired. Like
Oh.
that, like his actual character sheet. He has the original, but Wizards of the Coast took like an exact photocopy of it, and they have it framed.
Shut the
Yeah.
front door.
Yeah, because his
So like it's like he retired his jersey.
Basically.
kind of yeah, because his character did something in an official D&D campaign that's never been done, that nobody ever thought could be done. So his custom D&D character is officially in D&D lore now.
Yeah, he's in. If you buy 3.5's edition monster manual, his character's an actual creature you can
Yeah.
fight. It's not in this monster manual.
He's all well.
So
That's because
what
in
caught
fifth edition,
everybody by
he's an
surprise
actual
by
deity.
this?
Yeah.
What was it that everybody like that shocked
Okay,
everybody?
so there's I don't remember the name of it, but there's a creature that their DM had to fight or brought up in this campaign because again it was an official campaign, and
okay, what's
had,
an official campaign do?
that
It
okay
goes
that's one
100%
that's
by the book.
yeah it's
Like there's like actually like a ref there, like the way they do
no
magic tournament.
no
No.
okay no so the way it is like for an official campaign you download it from like they write everything.
Oh, okay.
And it's according to like the D&D lore and the gods and like the whole thing.
Oh no shit.
And there was a creature they had to fight who was like this crazy, just all power. He's like a step down from being like a demigod or a deity. And his character cut the creature's hand off, cut his off, and then like just adhered this creature's hand to his. So now he's a dragonborn fallen paladin with this deity's hand in place of his. So his magical ability is just off the fucking charts.
So what made his character able to do that? To
He just
take
got
the
him.
hand.
Him, like it was all Joe because he had like all these contingencies. He had all these. Okay, if this happens, I have to do this. If this happens, I have to do this.
Oh.
He's like
So-
100 steps ahead from your one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how does that work? Like, so the story, like, that's already set up. So you have to like set up that, like, your information for your character that, like, thorough.
Yeah.
He did.
In an official campaign, your character has to have an official backstory. Your character has to have official like personalities,
Yeah.
and in an official
And to,
campaign,
like, when you use magic, you have to do that whole
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
graduating from the.
Yeah.
yeah, you have to have all like how in the magic book you have to have the items to use magic. Like you have to combine it all and then cast the spell. That they play by that, or you know how like she was a drunk, and I think you're a drunk in this one, right?
Yeah, you just totally forgot the last.
No, I haven't forgotten.
Well, thought
I
it
just
was
haven't
supposed to
given
be
you an
all
opportunity.
empty something.
I haven't given you an opportunity to drink. But like in the
We've
campaign
been at a bar
itself,
twice.
you have to play by your character's personality, because if you don't, in the official game, your character starts having a crack in his personality.
Which
he
means
starts breaking.
Yeah, which means if you don't like focus back on how your character actually behaves, eventually you have to roll to see if your character starts losing their sanity.
Okay, so out of character. No, but so like these official games, what happens if you say something that you're not supposed to say, but you like the out of character moment? Like if you say something wrong, is there like a penalty for that?
No, it's
how does
taken
that
into
work?
effect. So like you know how
Anything you say is
like that's what your character says.
Yeah. Like, you know how Brandon was joking last session about, oh, I'm gonna do this, and he was talking in game. If
I
like
told
it was
him
an,
why, but we'll talk about that.
if we were playing an official campaign, it would have happened right then and there, exactly how he just said it, and you guys probably would have been attacked by the city guards right then and there.
Yeah. Like it is very, very strict into the rules.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed. Like since we've been playing, I'm like, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
You want to take this one, big guy?
But with theirs, like thankfully, like they film everything so they can go back and watch it. Like that's their recap, and they just so happened to be filming when all this stuff went down, and they sent it to Wizards of the Coast, and they were like,
This is like, well, fuck us,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's awesome.
So they sent him a plaque. They sent him all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
You think that would have happened for like just say a normal person that wasn't a celebrity?
Even a normal person, if they were in an official D&D campaign and you pulled something like that off, there are normal people who have their characters in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And then how do you get up to like the whole that's official? Like how do you show that you've done all this work?
You
to make
record
your
it, you send it to
character-
Wizards of the Coast, they watch the whole thing, and then they send back, this is what you need to take out, this is what should have happened here because they did this. That's how you do an official thing.
Huh.
It's like if I wanted to, I could sit here and write like an entire campaign and send it to them. They'll go over, they'll review it, and if they like it, they'll put it in the library for other people to
Right,
play.
like a 12-page essay, just like
Pretty
your
much.
backstory.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like if you go to any game shop
That's pretty cool.
that has a D&D section, like any game shop that has a D&D section, you'll see modules. That's what they're called. They're modules. Those are fan-made. Those are people who have written an entire story, sent it to Wizards of the Coast, Wizards of the Coast proofread it, liked it, sent it back, said make these changes, they did, sent it back, and then they published it into an actual game.
Yeah.
Into a chapter you can play for D&D. That's where I get, like, there's a website I've got where I can download free player-written modules that are agreed to by Wizards of the Coast for D&D.
Yeah, because there's player written, and then there's
There's a whole
official
bunch of
written.
stuff, right?
Yeah, and then there's official written, and the official ones are like those are the ones written by the employees. Like that's their fucking
Could
job.
you imagine how fucked up of a story
Really,
if
that's somebody's
Cameron,
job.
Mm-hmm.
like if
Fucking
Cameron
man,
had
that's-
wrote one? Because
What
he's
is
so
this?
Cameron is so meticulous on
Yeah.
his details. And the way Cameron plays D&D,
Imagine, like,
Cameron plays
what is
official.
your right official D&D? I'm like, what's D&D?
Well, it's like, you know how Magic has...
So
you know
you're
how,
gonna have to sit down for this.
you know how Magic has,
Sorry,
like,
sorry,
tournament
84 years
standard, and, you know, they have competition. Magic has competition standard and then just play.
Yeah.
We have decks that...
Yeah, type
we-
1, type
But,
1.
is there anything like that for Magic where somebody like you get paid to make decks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, like I know like tournament players and stuff, they
No,
bang, but
yeah. So there's
that work for Wizards and
yeah, they're called playtesters. So like whenever they drop a new set, it's their job to sit down with every card, with 4 of every single card in the entire set, and build decks. And there's 2 types of playtesters. There's regular playtesters to see if you can build like a legitimate deck.
ones that find broken shit.
Exactly. And then there's the breakers, and their job is to find combos within that set that are just way
So they
too
can
OP.
ban it from tournament
Yeah.
play. And Command Nights. What is it? Commander Nights?
Game nights.
Game Nights. Like, if you ever watch their series, they do that. That's why they put their series out. Wizards of the Coast sends them the new set 3 months in advance.
Mhm.
They put out a video for it, and they build decks. They do a lot of testing with the decks, and then they write notes and they send it back. And half of their staff are official Wizards of the Coast Magic the Gathering tournament judges.
DCI. And what's cool
How much
is
do they pay those guys? Because I mean, I
Pretty
want
well.
to say just to protect their intellectual property,
yeah.
Like, you can't give these dudes these cards that are gonna come out 3 months from now and they're
Well,
like, hey, don't show anybody that. Okay?
That's because
You gotta pay
to
them
do
for
something
that.
like that, you have to sign a gag order.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like you get to see all this stuff, but you can't release any of it. And the cards they do release, you have to have it approved.
That's
Like,
like, and I like the money goes directly to that person, but like, how much do they spend to make sure they protect all their shit, giving this stuff out?
not a whole lot, because it's one of those things. Once, like,
I'm excited I had to buy a gag order. For
okay, so like as an example, if I was like making my own video game and I was letting y'all play it, I have y'all sign a gag order, like, you know, we're playing this game, but we can't talk about it, blah blah blah.
So that guy shit done in grandma's boy.
Yeah, exactly. But if you were to break the gag order and go out and start all this, and you know, this is what it's about, and I can take you to court, and there's no contest. Like, there's nothing that you can do, say, or anything to show that you're in the right. And gag orders have a heavy penalty to
Oh, for sure, yeah. No.
Like, going back to the D&D thing, you know, Team 4-Star, they did the Dragon Ball Z Abridged series. They did a TFS at the Table D&D series that was written by Zito, which is their producer, and he's the DM for it. It got approved as an actual module for D&D because of its popularity. It got sent to Wizards of the Coast, and Lanny Couture, who voices Vegeta, his character Wake is in the Hall of Fame at Wizards of the Coast.
What is what's Wake?
He's an aquarium.
Okay.
He's a fish person,
Oh yeah.
and he's a monk.
But
Fish
that's-
person monk.
That's the cool thing, is stuff like that, anybody can be in the Hall of Fame. Anybody can be a writer or a playtester. Like, if we could go through all the applications and documentation stuff, like, we could get into like some
I'm
of the
kind of
stuff.
surprised that neither one of you has tried that yet.
I've never thought about it, to be honest.
And like,
Well,
as
I
much
don't
as
know,
I
I mean,
would
you
like,
both pretty
as much as
serious,
I like our
you
series
both
to be
the
popular, I don't know how I would feel about Wizards of the Coast watching everything.
I think you would be very happy.
Because that means I gotta write everything.
I don't think you would
To the
mind taking
finest
on that
detail.
challenge.
No, because that's when I would come in.
I have all the ideas and I just spit them out, and she's like, okay.
Am I supposed to be writing this down?
Well, the thing is I have short-term memory loss, so I can write something down and 2 days later I'll forget it. That's why
memory loss problems.
That's why when he's having issues writing the stories, like the previous one we did,
Yeah.
I helped him write majority of that story, but I forgot it once we sat down to play because it doesn't.
remember.
Yeah, I just don't remember it, and
I mean, and then as much that goes into the stories, that's a lot of stuff to even try to remember.
I have a very imaginable, like,
A very big imagination.
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, damn, it, better finish your statement.
Yeah, so
She imagined.
We
She has
could-
imagined. Leave her alone.
we could do that. The biggest thing that I have an issue doing that for is one, like John posted the other day, I'm spitting out videos and recording as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Which then I discovered like last night after recording with Chris and we got done with the discount sports. I was exhausted. It's like I recorded 3
Well,
episodes
that's
with
how
Chris.
this becomes people's like careers. That's how,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, he wants
Why not
to.
devote the time to it?
Yeah, like he wants to, be able to do all this stuff, but like I keep telling him, you want to do all this? You're gonna be exhausted. I said, just think of how Game Boy Luke or Original 151 or all of them. How do you think
The
they
thing is,
feel?
okay, so if you go to United Gamers page, he has 284 videos in 5 years. 284 videos in 5 years. We're sitting at 162.
Are we?
Something like that. And we're really close to it.
Yeah.
We're sitting really close to 160 videos in a year. 1 year.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, but
But that's
also
because-
on that same note, though, it's like, I mean, why not? Like, we have the time, and also it's not all just on one subject.
Yeah.
But
But-
I can understand getting tired.
Well, you gotta think, them on YouTube, they split up the videos. That's why he doesn't have so many, is because when
It
he
goes
does
two
cage
different
locks,
channels, yeah.
when he does cage locks or sleep locks or something,
They rotate between channel to channel, but they also rotate editors and uploaders, and they have their own editor and their
So
own
they're doing like
uploader.
twice the amount all the time?
Hmm?
Or they're doing two different, like,
So when they record an episode of Pokemon Cage Lock, they always record 2 in one sitting. And then the first one will go up on one person's channel, the next one will go up on the other. But each person is, if it's going up on like Game Boy Luke's channel, he's in charge of editing that video. If it's going up on United Gamers, he's in charge of doing the graphics and editing for that video. But they each have hired their own editors.
Oh, yeah.
They each have like 4 different editors. So if one editor's too backed up with all the videos they've recorded, they can just send it to the next editor.
Yeah. So
They have a channel manager that uploads everything and does the descriptions and does.
I mean, I didn't get like the whole like let's not burn ourselves out doing the YouTube thing, but still, like I think.
Oh, I'm not saying I was burned out. It's just
throwing your hat into that ring just like one time. Would you want to? Like, do you have a character that you could think of that you'd be like, I want Wizards to see this?
oh yeah.
I have a character I would want Wizards.
Actually, the character that I brought in the last campaign, Alexander.
The one that brand? Oh, the one that.
The werewolf. Alexander Moon. I've actually played that character
Alexander Moon, and he's a werewolf.
probably 12 years. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, so you like have an intimate, like, well, not intimate, but like, you know,
Yeah.
like a personal relationship
Yeah.
with this
Like-
character
like,
that you've
okay.
created.
I've played that character so long that Big Mike, his middle name Alexander, that's where I got it from. It's
To be
from
fair,
yeah.
I have 2 different
Chase
characters.
got his name from the Great.
Nice.
I was gonna say, to be fair, I have 2 characters that I've been playing for the last. I've been playing Edorin since I was 10,
And Edorin is.
half elf ranger. And then I've been playing Xander, who is my monk. I've been playing him since I was 13. And I had 2 different campaigns going, so I had 2 different characters going.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to bring in that fairy because I've been playing her for the last fucking 3 years.
Yep.
And
Your first Athena?
my first Athena, she is
The last one's mom, right?
No, yeah, the last
Yeah.
one's mom.
Yeah.
she is so broken though.
But I mean, that's where he got his name. I
Yeah.
named him after Edorin, my D&D character.
Well,
And
there's
I could throw that character up to Wizards of the Coast, and they'd probably be like, "Oh, hey, look, we have a level 15 half elf ranger that's also a what is he? He's also a wild magic mage."
Yeah.
See, I'm like, why not do just fucking just throw
Well,
that
you
hook
say-
out
Well,
there,
because
man?
Yeah.
the thing is if we were to do that, and if Wizards of the Coast was to send us like everything that we need to start doing that D&D stuff, we wouldn't be able to have everything like that we bring in
Just
on
say
our
I'm
D&D.
not included, Ash. Okay, you can say it.
No, like
No, like we wouldn't be
Last time,
allowed.
I have a feeling he can help us.
No,
you know
we
how
wouldn't be allowed.
relaxing it is
You
to
know,
play
me.
D&D. You know how we can have our cups out, we can wear
Right.
whatever shirts we
Well,
want.
I mean, but we would all take that super serious if it was
Oh, yeah.
something like that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we have to find a 4th player
Yeah.
because consistency.
And
They're
then-
gonna want 1 episode a week, and it's gonna be 2. It has to be 2.5 hour regulation time.
Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering. I was like, how
It's
much of this do we
Well,
A regulated session is 2.5 hours long.
Well, if we were to actually do that, and on one of your days off during the week that you don't have the kids, that's when we would have to do it.
Yeah, I was like,
Because we
that's
have
close.
4 people
Yeah.
here, but that's what we would have to do.
But can the DM play as a character?
He can play an
Yeah,
NPC,
so-
but he
we
can't
only
play
have 3.
in the story.
The other thing that I've always wanted to do is to play a split campaign.
What's that?
So like you'll see a lot of like some colleges do it, and you get between 4 to 7 like different groups of 4 players each, and a DM for each of them, but you're all running the same campaign. So like as an example, like you have to get a group to go into a dungeon and find an axe, like this legendary axe. So everybody's trying to do that, and every group is racing against every other group who can get there first. Because like if group 1 gets there and they find the axe, the campaign's over. Everybody else is lost.
One day I want to try, like, just
I do not know this.
one day I would like to try a rotating. It's called rotating dungeon master, where one person starts off as the dungeon master, and you do a session with them, and then the next person coming in has to write off of that session into the next campaign.
I don't think I have people to write for that.
See, eventually I want to run a campaign just so I can run my Crystal Rose campaign.
Is this anything like the Indiana Jones Crystal Skull?
No.
Okay.
No, it's actually the one that they're running. It's actually the one that they're running in Ice, the game that I wrote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they have not had a fun time.
We need
You guys like
players
this
that know
for
what they're
3
doing.
days, huh? Yeah, I think that's why he's
Yeah.
like, I need
I need
adults.
people that I need another adult. Like I can handle having.
I need an adult.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about it. I'm like,
I can handle
that's
having.
one, so everybody's asleep.
I can handle having the 2 kids, but I need one more player that will
Serious?
not just take it seriously, but can think stuff through. And not just go, oh, I'm gonna try to punch it, or no, I'm gonna try to hit it, or no, I'm just gonna run through it.
Wait, you died. Alright, I'm gonna try to punch for you.
Yeah. Yeah, and that line hasn't been said.
Yeah, I know.
Numerous times.
And I'm sitting here going, I don't think it's gonna work.
Well, you better.
Like in
I'll get back to you.
in 1 hour and a half.
That's trash talk, Brandon.
Yeah, in 1 hour and a half long session, Ray not only lost her weapon, but it was disintegrated, and she fucked with something that completely decimated her.
That's.
Yeah.
Well, didn't she like throw her weapon away?
She
somehow?
threw it down a
So-
hallway of spiders.
So yeah, so they
The
went
one
down
weapon
this-
I have.
Yeah, so they went down this weapon or this hallway, retrieved the artifact they were getting, and set up a trap. So when they were going back through said hallway, it opened all these ports and all these little spiders were coming out. So she freaked out, ran through at full speed, and then turned around and threw her weapon. It was like the whole
What kind of
scene-
weapon was it?
It was a whip. It was
Not the way you use a whip.
no, but it was like the scene from the second Ace Ventura movie when he finally retrieves it and then he turns or his amulet, and he finally gets out of the cave and he's like, okay, my amulet will keep me safe. It will keep me, and then you hear the bats and he turns around and he fucking throws it back in the cave.
Man,
Kind of
I
like
don't
that.
remember that movie that well, apparently.
So then that happened, and then later in the campaign they're going through this big room. And there's this giant ivory deity statue of an angel. And she goes over there and she was like, I'm gonna hit it.
Why?
So she hits it.
Why was that the first thought?
I don't know. But she hits it and the statue changes its form. Because it was just there, holding like the spear up and everything. She hits it
But now you done
and the
messed
spear
up.
is now touching the ground, point down. And she was like, I'm gonna hit it again. And when she pulls back, the statue moved so fast, it sliced the armor off of her. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna try to hit it one more time. And everybody's like, why? Why?
The whole time I'm sitting here yelling at her for fucking with a deity, like, leave it alone!
Just put that shit back where it came from.
Or like when she left us and ran and locked herself in a room.
Yeah. So
She was all like the one holding all this stuff to heal people
no,
or some shit?
no. So they go into a room, some shit goes down, they go downstairs, and she was like, you know what? It's getting a little hairy out here. I'm gonna go back up to the room, and I'm gonna lock myself
Put your chair
inside
against
of the
it.
chest, sitting at the edge of the bed. And everybody's like, why? And I was like, no, go ahead. So she does that, and as soon as she closes the lid, everything shifts. So now she no longer has a way out of the room. And they found something in the room that almost took her arm off. And it's like, how was this well thought out?
Why would you go back into the room where you almost got eaten?
Yeah.
That was my problem. Like I said, I need an adult player. I need one more adult player.
That's
Someone
right.
who can think logically and not...
That's how I feel watching sports on Sunday. Stranger was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine.
And then I
Come on, how you gonna let him get in front of you like that? Fucking shit, man! No, baby, yeah, he's fine. Trust me, it's cool.
Welcome to
This
sports.
mother... God damn it.
Okay, so real quick to go back to
Jared Leto?
conversation. No. We've been active on our YouTube channel for what?
What are we at?
6
right
months, give or take?
Yeah, give or take.
Give or take. By the way, we're at 2 hours.
now? Seems like we're going to start wrapping it up.
Yeah. So in like 4 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Let's say that. 4
We
to 6
started getting
months.
real active right after the first episode of D&D dropped.
Yeah.
Then we started pumping out
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. So like 4 months. Then.
Yeah.
Always a strong word. It's been a lot of you. I mean, I'm not
Well-
talking shit. Like,
well, not-
you've been
not
adding
true, because,
a whole
like-
lot of
like,
content.
at-
Well, yeah,
Like
and
seeing the growth, like you've actually like really started. Okay, like what do we need to do? When are we going to do this? When like you've really been kicking in. And,
I totally do look forward to these 2 days. Like every night, like every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm like, sweet, I have shit to do tonight. Hey, we're gonna talk about. That's
Yeah.
the way I was explaining the channel to everybody earlier. I was like, so puros mamanas, like it's a bunch of fucking just stupid bullshit.
Yeah,
Just a bunch of
Mamadas.
rambling.
like in Spanish, it's just mamadas, and I was like, it's just us being fucking stupid idiots, you know, but we enjoy it.
Yeah.
And apparently 93 other people do.
yeah.
So
So in the last, call it 4 months, we've gotten 13,800 views, and in the last 30 days we've got 846 views,
see, that's awesome.
and we've uploaded 154 videos, and that's not including the 3 that I loaded today.
And that doesn't include the live stuff we do.
Yeah.
That's
That
just
doesn't
uploads.
include the live
Nope.
No.
That's
Oh,
just
man,
like
that's-
them doing Ark and Monster Hunter and all of
Well,
that.
we've been doing 2 episodes a week for what?
Since we
Well,
moved.
okay, this number will go up, but for the live stuff, it takes 7 days for it to update.
Oh, so it is counting our videos that we do live? Just not. So
Yeah,
7 days later?
just not in real time.
Yeah.
Um,
So like all the spell
And I
break
was like, damn, because
streams.
if you had 150 plus all the episodes of this we've done, that's a lot.
yeah, and then in the last 30 days, we've put up 44 videos. So
Yeah, and see, and we.
That's more than a video
I
a
wanna
day,
say
guys.
We all have at least one more idea too.
oh yeah, yeah, and I mean,
Like,
there's,
cause I want to stream something.
yeah, like there's the streams, there's the playthroughs, there's the live shows, there's the sports, there's the art going up. Like we've always got something going.
Always.
We're gonna name our sports show like the fucking Washington football team named their team. Our sports show.
Another YouTube
I
video.
love it. Run with it.
But hell, with that, we can actually go ahead and sign off.
Another sports talk show.
But you know, talking about sports? Question mark.
Right?
Hey,
It's like
we
the-
stuck straight to the sports
Yeah.
one last
I
time.
don't know.
I was impressed. I was impressed.
And see, I knew that was gonna happen between me and him because
Mhm.
we
When
do
we
that
hijacked
on-
one of our
yeah,
one of these, you
and
guys
it's
were
like,
sitting
all right, we
going,
should
times.
stop because we're
A
not
couple of
including
times,
anybody
yeah.
else. Yeah. And that's how I feel when you guys start talking about Dragon Ball. I'm like, where did we get that?
Right now,
I like that.
right now I'm binging, rewatching all of Full Metal Brotherhood with him, and I only watch it when he's awake, and he'll sit
Nice.
there and he'll just watch it, and then when he falls asleep, I'm like, all right, next, I'm gonna put something else on.
Okay, so original series, just because I've never, I haven't watched Brotherhood through, like all the way through. What was your favorite episode from the original?
The original, my favorite will always be when Mustang, because it was even in the original when Mustang finally kills
Lust.
Or Lust?
Lust, when he burns her to death. He does it in both series.
Yeah.
The way he does it in the first one, in the not the original, because it's not the original anime. But-
Yeah, when he has her pinned against the wall.
Yeah, and he's
lights
lighting
that
her-
one through the.
Yeah. And he starts to lighten her on fire. Like I was
Yeah.
like, I like that better than I like the Brotherhood scene.
How does he do it in Brotherhood?
He literally comes in after she stabbed him. He had cauterized his wound and engraved the symbol in his hand. Took his dead friend's lighter and just started lighting her on fire. And he was like, "Oh, so I can get you on your knees after all." And he keeps lighting her on fire. And he goes, "How many times are you gonna put up with this before you die?" And that's pretty much that whole scene. And I was like, eh. But then he chases Envy and makes up for it in the Envy scene. Because he sets Envy on fire like 200 times, and it shows every one of them. And as he's doing it, you just see him slowly melting away. Each time he tries to heal, the Philosopher's Stone can't keep up with it.
No, really.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
And he eventually, you learn that Envy's actually just a leech. He's a tiny little leech.
that makes sense for Envy.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I need to watch.
It's good.
Which
I've caught a lot of random episodes here and there. Like I saw the Hawkeye
meet-
story. I
you
saw
meet Armstrong's
the-
sister. the Briggs.
Well, you
the
see her
Briggs
in the first
soldier-
one, so-
Yeah, but you meet the Briggs soldiers and Scar.
I like Gluttony.
Scar actually becomes a good guy. You learn about
And then they did all different too, like the father and
Yeah.
stuff. But
and you learn about Alka history, and you learn that Hohenheim and father are the exact same person.
anyways, Jared Leto, not the best Joker ever.
No.
And that's how we'll end this.
Yeah, right?
Jared Leto sucked.
Enough
Bye.
Yeah.
Like wear your masks and stuff.
Yeah.
And
And
shit.
Dude,
And shit.
no joke. If you live in El Paso, wear your mask, because if we get 100 more infections, Greg Abbott has already sent a response team out here, and they're shutting. Supposedly, if we have 100 more infections before Friday,
Oh, I'm sorry, am I doing that out loud?
they're gonna require every business in the entire county to shut down at 5 p.m. and it'll be a 6 p.m. curfew.
Abby,
I don't go out
Again.
anyway, so.
so what's the bleep down me? Because if
Yeah.
not, this is going to turn into about 20 minutes
Yeah.
of me bitching about Abby.
Cali Bash
Holly.
I'm business.
and Edorin, who's awake now.
Yep. Those guys.
Fuck Abby, because
Take care of each other, help each other, love one another, be good humans,
Wear your damn mask.
wear your damn masks, and we will see y'all.
take care of
Thursday.
yourself, man.
Or whenever we play spell break again.
So in like an hour